Okay, hello, what the heck? So I've just hit puberty. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. So, as the title says, this should be the first prepared version for live stream that I'm going to do. So obviously live stream quality is still going to be quite bad, but hopefully you guys are going to see a bit of a difference. So as I start with every single live stream, please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. And once I know that everything's working on the live stream front, then we will take off and we will get a move on. Let's have a look here. Who do we have in the chat? We've got Lightning, Pilot Motivation, Joey JC, Thomas Young, Sankalp, Jack Simmons, Tom Martin, Manhank, Tango One, Keffel, I think, yeah, Keffeliu is how you pronounce your name there. Technical Tutorials, welcome. Jack Simmons, welcome. Great intro, Loof. Yep. Lightning, of course I remember you, Lightning. We got TIP there as well. Hello guys, welcome to the live stream, everyone. How is it going? Yeah, so as I start every live stream, please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. If you can, then we'll be alright. Let's see. Sound good. Thank you, Sandcalp, for letting me know. Audio is clear. Let's see. Lightning, quite glad that I'm finally on P3D. Yeah, we got there in the end. You can hear me good. FlyX, welcome. Mr. Shocks, welcome. Tin DK, welcome. Oops, pardon me. Fresh Dumbledore, audio is perfect. Thank you guys. Tim K, welcome to the live stream. Midas, welcome. Man, Hank, love the A2A. Me too. Marcin, welcome. Tom Martin, how am I? I'm doing good, Tom. I'm a little bit tired. I didn't get too much sleep last night. I never do before a live stream, funnily enough. But yeah. Technical tutorials. Can I make a full tutorial on the A380? No, because I don't have an A380 add-on, and I don't think there's a decent A380 add-on out there currently. Excellent. Joey JC, just realised it's P3D, really excited now. Yeah, me too. Should be good. So, and what's my frame rates just now, actually? If I click back in the game, that would help. 60 frames? 60 frames per second? Oh, it's beautiful. So, yes. Let's have a look here. Spaghetti, hello from Germany, hello from London. How's it going? Yes. So, yeah, this is just going to be a nice kind of relaxing stream. So this is going to be my last live stream for a couple of weeks, because I'm actually going off on holiday next week. I'm going up to Inverness just to chill out and chillax and all the rest of it. So yeah, so I thought I was going to do like just a GA live stream anyway, just a nice kind of relaxing thing this week or this weekend. And yeah, I thought, well, I've got P3D, why don't I just try and show it? So yeah. Also, before I say any more, I want to give a shout out to Lewis Bloomfield from A2A. I did see your comment last night. Unfortunately, YouTube deletes comments before a live stream, but I did. It keeps them up there for a while. I did catch Lewis's comment on the chat there. So Lewis, thank you very much. Basically, Lewis just, if anyone doesn't know, Lewis is, I think, the community manager at A2A, and he kind of happened across my live stream after it's I kind of scheduled it, and he said that he might, if he can, he might kind of advertise his live stream on A2A's social media pages and stuff. So thank you very much, Lewis. And just a heads up, we might have some new people in the chat. So hopefully all of that's going to happen. And anyway, let me just catch up here. Let's see. Jack Simmons, will Snay be joining us for the stream? I don't know. Maybe I'll give him a text and see. He should know. I told him last night that I was going to stream today, but he's had a lot of issues with his computer this week, so he might be working on that. Manhank, streaming is really a lot of work. It's not as much work as creating tutorials. Kane, what happened? Could take off the A320, so you've been degraded. Yeah, something like that. Let's have a look here. Let's just catch up here. Lightning, go get the Papua New Guinea. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Well, I've got some of the add-ons already. Some Orbx add-ons for this already. I was gonna put them all in the description and I forgot to. But I've got Orbx. I did have them in the text file. I've got Orbx, FTX Global Base, FTX Global Vector, and Open Land Class Europe currently in P3D. Let's see, Midas, can I ask people a question? If you want to get into P3D, everything seems so expensive. How much money did I all spend on scenery, camera plugins and stuff until the sim was as good as X-Plane? The sim is pretty good out of the box, I would say. Spaghetti, could you speak in English, please? This is an English-speaking stream, so please keep the chat to English, please, guys. Let me just catch up here. Let's start. Yep, we'll get a move on in a second. Sorry, guys, this is what I do. I like to really try and engage the chat as best as I can. So, let me just see here. But I think also weather add-on. Yes, I've got Active Sky for P3D as well, and obviously this A2A aircraft. Jack Simmons, 30k, growing every day. I'm almost at 31k. I think I'm only about 25 subscribers away from 31k, so almost there. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, this is just like the A2A 172. So you've got all of the almost exactly the same. You've got a lot of very familiar windows here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and we'll load up the plane with fuel. It's 8586. Pilot, 170 pounds. I beg your pardon. 170 pounds. 165. That's more like it. Let's have a look here. Daniil, you need help with your airsoft. Altitude knob refused to work. Try right clicking to pull the knob out if you change the altitude. Because if you've got it pushed in, then the autopilot will just keep control of the aircraft there. Right, so what we'll do is we'll remove the pitot cover, we'll remove the tie downs and the wheel chocks. And yeah, what else do we need to do? That's map, that's that. I've already gone in and overhauled because this is a sort of a brand new plane almost. And yeah, that's all the pre-flight stuff. So let's jump into the cockpit and whoa, okay. Let's open the window first of all. I forgot the A2As do this. They kind of fog up and stuff. Right. So let's run through the pre-flight checks. So pitot cover has been removed. Pilot's operating handbook is over there on the right. Weight and balance we just did on this window here. So we've got 37.3 gallons and 36.9. So a slight difference between the wings, but it's not going to be a massive problem. Let's see, parking brake is set. Control wheel lock can be removed. So that's that tab there. Remove the yoke so we can get better access to the switches. Let's see. Ignition switch is off. Avionics master switch off. Battery master switch comes on. Pitot heat comes on. Avionics master switch comes on. All of my radios should be off. That's just the radios doing a check. Static pressure alt source valve, this little red thing down here, that's pushed in. Annunciator panel test. So we'll just drag that up. Make sure our annunciators are all working fine, which they look like they are. Let's see. Fuel selector, make sure that's on both. So pull that up. Flaps, extend them. Should see the flaps coming down there. Okay. Sorry guys, I know I'm missing a lot of comments there, but I always do when I do these pre-flight stuff. Right, pitot heat comes off. Avionics master switch comes off. Battery master switch comes off. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Right, let me just catch up here. Let me just catch up. Colin Richardson, welcome to the live stream. Welcome, hello, yes. I haven't seen you for a while, Colin. Welcome back. Let's see, Kane. When you're landing using localizer, should landing system be turned on or off below 10,000? Turned on. if you're using a ILS localizer. I love 777. Welcome to the live stream. Let's see, Joey GC, can't stay for long, got to catch a train, not a problem. Enjoy the match. Let's see, Lightning. Lightning, I like the efforts that A2A put into the design mechanics. It's like the PMDG of all Cessnas available. Yes, A2A's kind of level of quality and detail kind of matches PMDG. So A2A are the A2A are sort of the PMDG of GA aircraft in flight sim. Let's see, Daniel, thanks, did try that, repurchased the Aerosoft Airbus from Flight 1, same thing happened. Maybe contact Aerosoft and contact their tech support if the plane is not behaving the way you expect it. Let's have a look. Grimwood, welcome. Firstly, Aerosoft A320 tutorials are great. They've helped you succeed your first flight from cold and dark. Fantastic, Grimwood. Thank you very much for watching the tutorials. I'm glad they were worth watching. I'm glad they helped you get flying. Fantastic. I still have a couple of questions creating a flight plan and landing procedures. Well, tell you what, Grimwood, once we take off, I'll be putting this aircraft on autopilot for a short while, so you can ask me then. Ask me any questions you need to then. Let's have a look here. So just catching up. Callum, welcome to the live stream. Probably going to be lurking as you're ill. No worries, Callum. Jack Simmons, where are we heading to today? We're heading from Sheffield in the UK, and we're going to be flying north to Inverness, of all places. Let's have a look here. Kiku, just curious, your Google do for this came up an object or device of an unspecified name or nature. That is correct. That is what A2A is. Right, let's just catch up because the P3D tube's probably gone cold. Yeah. Whoops. Right, let's do this again, shall we? No, keep the parking brake on. Let's see, Baran, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Daniel, thank you so much. You feel down because you're a commercial pilot in real life. Now the thing is, with the Airbus has got quite a tricky flight control panel. The sort of the logic behind Airbuses can be kind of confusing if you're not familiar with it. But I've noticed like a lot of people say that they have like the odd issue with the Aerosoft, so you're definitely not alone with the Aerosoft not behaving itself. So now that should be red. Yep. So the P3D tube's nice and hot. Fuselage, make sure the key is out and the door is locked. Check the tail, just make sure all the joints and all the connections, all the hinges and bits and pieces are all good. The trim tab is nice and solid. Check the flaps there. I need to zoom out a tiny bit so we can see properly. All the joints are okay there. Just check all the joints for the aileron. And then obviously if you were doing this with a real aircraft, you would also move the aileron just to make sure that the movement is nice and free and works. Make sure that this fuel tank vent just underneath the strut here is working. Make sure that the tires are in decent condition. Drain the fuel, make sure that there's no debris or any water in the fuel. Just check the level there, so it's 37 gallons there, that's fine. Make sure static valve is clear. Make sure fuel out of the engine is okay. So I'm just going through this very quickly because yeah, I know you guys probably want to see this thing flying rather than me just yammering on, so just route through this quickly. About 37, yeah, that's good. Fuel's good out of that wing, that tire's good. Check the stall warning flap there, and also the fuel vent valve. Make sure the aileron joints are okay there. Obviously move that as well, make sure that's all okay. And then if you zoom out here, make sure the flap's good, make sure the joints are good. Cool. Let's have a look. Lightning, do you know which software you'll be able to create realistic turbulence? well, little advert for A2A. The A2A have AccuSim, which will do it. Also, I believe Active Sky next, or Active Sky also does some degree of turbulence as well, but I think AccuSim should do it. Alchemist, welcome. Sorry, Alchemist, I just noticed you came in there. Crafty Boy, welcome. Let's see. Crafty Boy is going to be flying with EasyJet tomorrow. Nice, well played. Grimwood. So when the arrow sign on nav display comes into range to show top of descent, do I leave the throttle in CT mode? Do you need to change the altitude yourself or set it? We should start going to set MDC. Grimwood, you would leave the throttles in a climb detent, and you do need to change the altitude yourself. Colin, has there ever been debris or water in the fuel on A2A? Not in my experience, but I believe it can happen. Let's see. Red 6, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Red 6. This is the first time you've come in. It's good to see you there. Let's see, Jack Simmons. P3D is so detailed, just with A2A aircraft, or is that all stock aircraft? No, this is the P3D aircraft. So so the P3D, no, not the P3D, the A2A aircraft. So A2A aircraft are in general are very, very detailed. They're very, very nice aircraft. Let's see. Rowan, welcome. What software do I use to stream? I use OBS, Open Broadcast Software. Marnie Crittle, hello. When do you sleep? Every night. I usually, it's weird. I've got a bad sleeping pattern just now. I go to bed like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and wake up, late morning. So it's not a good sleeping pattern to have. I'd rather be waking up earlier than going to bed late and waking up late. But I do sleep. Easy Rider, welcome to the live stream. And Eniat as well, welcome. Easy Rider, don't I have problems with the graphics card in P3D? I haven't had any problems yet, although I might have problems during this live stream. Thomas Vega, is it free? Sadly not. No, P3D and A2A cost money. Right, let's get a move on. Right, so master switch comes on. Check the fuel quantity, that's good. Fuel selector valve is on both. Cowl flaps need to be open, which they are. Flaps extends. Master switch, we've already done all this. Right, let's get the engine started. Although I'll warn you now, I can never get the engine started properly in these aircraft, so because you have to kind of juggle several controls at the same time. Prop control in, master switch on, beacon comes on, the cowl flaps are open. Right, turn the fuel pump on to prime the engine. Give it a little bit more mixture. Yay, it works. Okay. So ignition with some mixture fans, amps positive, which they are. Nav lights on. Avionics on. Right. So turn all of our radios and ting on just now. Flaps will retract to 10 degrees. Also put the headphones in as well, so it's a little bit quieter. Okay, so first things first, we need to tune in Active Sky next to figure out where we're going and what we're doing. It's 122.0. I wonder if we'll get our lovely lady speaking.
Echo Golf Charlie November don't. Airport information Foxtrot 0950 Zulu weather wind 201 at 4 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 2 dew point 1 QNH 1001 advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot Echo Golf Charlie November airport information Foxtrot 0950 Zulu weather wind 201 at 4 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 2 dew point 1 QNH 1001 advice on initial contact you have information.
Okay. 112.6. So this is going to be kind of VFR-ish flying. So yeah, I'm going to be kind of bouncing from VFR to VFR on the way up to Inverness, but it should be VFR-ish flying. Now what I need to do is figure out which runway we're going to be using. So winds were 201 at 4. Okay, so we'll back out, turn left. Okay. Okay. Right, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. Barrel pressure was 1001, which it's already set to there. Fantastic. 1001 is already set to there as well. Okay. Right, I think we are ready to go. So we'll take off the parking brake there. Give it a little bit of oomph, and we'll get a move on. Jack Simmons, gotta go put your dogs to bed. No problem. Thomas Vega, the plane. No, the plane costs a bit of money. Lightning, do you have one thing to say? Love the efforts that you put into the tutorials. In fact, every video, keep it up. No wonder you wouldn't have flown the let's see, wouldn't have flown the A320. I think that's what you said there. No worries. Yeah, I'm glad that the effort that I put into the videos was worth it. Seems to have been very well received by a lot of people, so thank you for watching them. That's all I can say. Can I try and close that vent? I want to try and do something with that vent up there. Let me just try and catch up with comments. Grimwoods, on the radio nav page on the MCDU, can you confirm you set the frequency course for ILS you'll be landing on? No, it should set the ILS stuff automatically in the MCDU. It should pick up automatically from the departure airport code. Colin, me and your friend have been thinking of doing a jump to from FS6 to P3D, never got around to it. Now you'll be able to see some real world P3D for a plane you have access to. It should be fun. Yeah, hopefully I can do it justice. Do bear in mind that I do have Orbix scenery here as well, so what you're seeing is not like this is all add-ons, like add-on weather, add-on scenery, add-on planes. So what you're seeing is, you know, predominantly add-on stuff. Shark, welcome to the live stream. Colin Richardson, that's some strange lace void. Yeah, we usually get the lady speaking on the Active Sky Aegis. Lightning, legendary top down. Yeah, I always have to do a top down view just to kind of orient myself on the airport, because I always forget where I am in between, like setting up the sim before the live stream. Because when I'm setting up the live streams, like I'm trying to like juggle several different things at once. Okay, now that the engine's warmed up, it's just a little bit too powerful there. That's the point. I need to check my taxi alignment here. So I think you might not be able to see it on the stream, but there's a tiny little kind of seam on the sort of the hood of the engine there. And I think if you line that up with the taxiway center line, that pretty much puts your nose wheel on the center line. Yeah, it does. Awesome. Right. Grimwoods, finally, can I recommend which one of my tutorials is the best for watching the intercepting of ILS? I did one on the A320 series. I think it's called Approach and Landing. Take a look at approaching and intercepting an ILS there. I think that video goes all the way from kind of the middle of the descent all the way down to landing. Let's see. Colin Richards, which particular Orbex do I have? Is there so many? I've got FTX Global Base, FTX Global Vector, and FTX Open Land Class Europe. I've got those three. Let's see, Red 6, Mr. Few, you see. Yeah, it's just been the usual, you know. Do a flight, mess up somewhere along the approach and make a landing. Jack Simmons, what aircraft does P3D come with as standard? I can't remember off the top of my head, because P3D is more geared towards like military and professional use. But if you check the P3D website, I believe they've got all the default aircraft listed on there. Grimwood, how do you swiftly switch between positions in the Airsoft Airbus? Right click and use the predetermined views. Let's see, Enyat, sorry for repetitive question. On the last stream, remember we made some remarks in response to Mohammed's question about comparing F6 Annex plane. Just wondering how you'd place P3D along these two. P3D is an evolution of... I should be doing a run-up, shouldn't I? P3D is an evolution of FSX, but it doesn't have like all of the kind of the game functions like missions and bits and pieces. Let's see. Jerwin, what license of prepared do I use? I use the professional license. Lightning, what do people dislike? What's the reason? That's probably people have rubbed up the wrong way in the past. Shark, must admit, you like to take a break from airlines, smaller G as well. Yeah, me too. Right, let's do a run-up. Where's my run-up thing? Okay, so check seatbelts and doors, check secure. This would probably be a good time to turn, to close that. Can I now do something with this vent? No, I can't. Okay. I want to... Don't know if that's going to help or not. Okay. Let's see. Flight controls free and correct. Yes, they are. So back, forward, left, right, rudders. Fuel quantity check. Yeah, we still got a ton of fuel. Well, I don't know if it's literally a ton, but you know what I mean. Mixture rich. Cowl flaps are open. Fuel selector valves on both. Throttle, we'll bring it up to 1800. And I'm hearing it stuttering already. I haven't figured out how to lean this aircraft properly yet, so... Whoops. No. So yes, we get some stuff, and I can't remember how to clear out the failed spark plugs on the A2A. Oops. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Annunciator panel, nothing illuminated. Yeah, there's nothing illuminated over there, that's okay. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Actually, the one test flight that I've done in P3D with this aircraft, I had the same problem, so, and we were fine, so. It'll be alright, guys, don't worry about it. Jack Simmons, does P3D have multiplayer? Yes, it does. Takeoff. Right. So again, we're not flying online, we're not using any ATC service or anything. So we're just going to make our way onto the runway and take off and then head north. Yeah, 340 to the Leeming VFR, which I'm not sure if it exists or not in the game, but we'll try it anyway. Six shot, where are we today? We are currently in Sheffield in the UK, and we're going to be flying north all the way to Inverness. Sheffield, yeah. Well, Sheffield, the only reason I chose Sheffield was because it was a good like 3-hour flight from here, so it's a good amount of time. Get some good GA flying in. Jack Simmons, do for I love your community. As soon as I put a question in the chat, answer kindly. Good, I'm glad. I'm very proud that you all behave yourselves in the chat. Let's see. Fabian, welcome to the live stream. Grimwoods, the manual, there should be some folders in your start menu on your computer called Aerosoft, and you should be able to find Aerosoft documentation from there. There is a specific folder which has like several PDF documents in it. Danielle, I think to clean any carbon deposit you must lean the fuel mixture and increase power until it runs clean. Yeah, I think that's right as well. Yeah, let's see. Ice Cold, guess you joined at the right time. I guess you did, because we are rolling. We'll have to sort out the cabin temperature on the way. So the engine's stuttering a tiny bit, but it'll be fine. We'll clean up. 60 knots, pull up. Whoa. That'll be the propeller factor kicking in. Man, this aircraft, the 182 compared to the 172 is ridiculously powerful. Like, this thing just like climbs like nothing. No other GA aircraft that I've ever flown. And I've not flown too many, to be fair. Okay, so let's start bringing the throttle back a little bit. Okay, so let's see. We want to be making the turnaround. Heading there. Altitude arm there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just putting it on the autopilot just now, just so I can come back to the chat here and read what you guys are saying. Let's have a look here. Kundan, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Lewis, got prepared. How am I finding it? I'm really liking it so far. I haven't spent too much time with it, but I really like Prepared. It's definitely going to become my primary sim for the foreseeable future. Right, landing lights can come off. Daniil, that engine actually sounds great. Yeah, it sounds really meaty. Jack, if I could buy any plane, what would it be? Do you mean flight sim plane or real aircraft? Let's have a look here. Lightning, I wonder why the makers of Airbus chose retard. They could have used a word like idle. I think because Airbus are predominantly a French company, and the word retard is originally a French word, which means to slow down. So I think that's why they used it. Chris, welcome to the live stream. Six shot. The 182 is nothing like a PA-28. Not biased to think about. No, it's they both have their merits, I would say, but in my experience the 182 here is really kind of strong, really powerful. There you go. There's a look at some Orbex scenery for you guys. Is that Sheffield? It must be Sheffield. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Man, Hank, I actually prefer flying single or dual prop planes because you get to enjoy the scenery so much more. Yeah, definitely. 777X fan, welcome. Glad to be able to join you guys again. It's good to have you back again, 777. Lewis, ooh, shadows, yeah. Jack Simmons, sorry Diffie, that was unclear. Real world aircraft. Honestly, I'd love like a Cessna with this kind of like steam gauge panel. I'd get a PPL and I'd love to be able to fly an aircraft like this every day. Or not every day, but like, you know, every couple of weeks or something. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, but I tend to prefer like just the interiors of Cessnas over over Pipers. But then again, my experience with like flying real world Pipers has only been like flying aircraft which are about 20 or maybe 20, even 30 years old. So maybe the newer Pipers are really nice. Maybe they had some nice kind of interiors before everything became a G1000 interior. But no, I like the Cessnas. And plus, because they got the high wings as well, you know, you can see down at the ground much clearer. Let's have a look here. Colin just got called out of the room just before takeoff. Now I'm in the air. Life is Colin. Afraid you need to go. No worries, Colin. No worries. Yeah, real life's more important than me, so don't worry about it. But yeah, this whole video, if anyone does decide to leave, this live stream will be available as a video on demand on the channel a couple of hours after it's finished. So if you want to come back and watch any part of the live stream that you missed, you can. Right, so that's us now reached 4,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is lean throttle mixture slightly. Cowl flaps can now be closed, and we're gonna reduce the engine RPMs there. I'm going to try and aim for about 110 knots. That's kind of what I've budgeted for. Cool. Now, so we're cruising, but yeah, I haven't found the VOR that I wanted to find, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. Anyway, let's have a look here. Grimwood, think you may need some private lessons. I could earn big bucks. Maybe. I'd love to be like a real GA flying instructor. That'd be awesome, but apparently it doesn't pay very well. Let's have a look here. Lewis Hancock, Orbix is great. You got FTX Global and the FTX trees. Yeah, I'm really liking the Orbix scenery. Yeah, downloaded a couple of demos for FSX, and yeah, I couldn't really do it justice in FSX because I couldn't get the detail levels high enough and the frame rates high enough to really appreciate it, but I can in P3D, so I'm really liking it so far. Let's see, Weasel Tube. Advancing and retarding throttles is very common language in motoring in general. Just modern computer jockeys find it funny. Yeah, it's usually yeah, immature kids that make the joke about the Airbuses. So like, yeah, like, you know, well, we all know what it means, you know. It's just, anyway. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Man, Hank, if you hate getting ripped off, saving is the worst decision. Yeah, that's true. Especially in the, the world as it is today. Jack Simmons, it's been a while since you've been back. Made a fool of yourself on streams, so took a break. Good to be back. No worries, Jack. Hopefully you're a little older and a little wiser. Jerome, I think it's Jerome, that's how you pronounce the name. Do you need to buy tons of add-ons for P3D to get some realism? Not at all, no. There's a lot of there's a large selection of default aircrafts in P3D, and I believe that some of them are made by some of the default aircraft in P3D are made by some of the developers for FSX. Like, I think there's a Coronado aircraft in there. And there's a couple of, I think there's a Milfiz aircraft in there as well. So some of the default aircraft, or some of the aircraft that come with the game as default are made by third-party developers. So yeah, no, you don't need to get add-ons at all. Red 6. So this 182 hams, I love it. Yeah, it's got a nice kind of, as I said, nice kind of beefy, meaty sound. Wow, we're really getting blown sideways. I'll need to figure out navigation in a while. Daniel, I'm thinking about buying a real airplane. What do I think about the Duke B series? I don't know enough about real aircraft, I'm afraid. That'll be a Beechcraft. I think the Duke, that's a dual engine thing, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know enough about different real world aircraft, I'm afraid. I'm not a like real pilot myself. I don't have a PPL or anything, so I can't really make any fair comment. 6-shot dream in real life aircraft. Your one's the Scottish Aviation Bulldog. As I said earlier, I think a Cessna 172 or 182 I think would be just fine for me. I'd move back up to the Highlands, and you've got one of the most picturesque locations in the world to go flying. You can't ask for any more than that. Jack Simmons is being stupid and posting dumb comments. I do recognise your name, Jack. But now you're back with a clean slate. Yeah, no worries. No problem. Luke Scott, welcome. Love you some Doofer in the morning. Yeah, just what you want to wake up to on a Saturday morning, my ugly mug. Grimwoods, how much does a standard P3D license cost if you've already purchased the Aerosoft aircraft? Will they work with P3D? Is P3D a complete separate simulator from FSX? Yes. Grimwood, if you've only just started by flight simming, I would recommend sticking with FSX for the time being. P3D, the standard license. The thing with P3D is that there's a really kind of they have like an awkward kind of licensing system, and the standard one should be $200, but they do also offer an academic version, which is targeted for people who are in education or going through some educational program, and that is $60. Whoops, I should bring the flaps up, shouldn't I? That would help. And a lot of flight simmers buy the academic version and claim, but Lockheed Martin, the developers, have prepared. They're not going to like check your license, so they're not going to like catch up on you or anything. So like you just buy the academic version anyway. Me being a streamer, I didn't want to take the chance, so I went for the professional version. Grimwood, what's my opinion about this new Dovetail Flight Sim World? Oh, sorry, let me just catch up. Jerome, Joe. Okay, no worries, Joe. I'll try and remember your name from now on. Lewis, a lot of good GA aircraft, however, not very good passenger aircraft. For P3D, that's true, yeah. Grimwood, what's my opinion on new Dovetail Flight Sim World? I do know that Dovetail's Flight Sim World has just come out of early access, I believe. I haven't gone back and had a look at it. When I had a look at the game when it was very first released, the very first version of it that was released, and I didn't like it. It struck me as being FSX with a couple of add-ons, and there was a severe lack of content in the game. By that I mean there was only one type of aircraft. Every aircraft was a single engine piston driven propeller or piston engined propeller aircraft. There was no helicopters, there was no gliders, there was no jets. So yeah, and I believe my understanding is that there's still no diversity of aircraft. They're all still single engine propeller, piston engine propeller aircraft in the game currently. There's several like missions that you can fly. I do know that a lot of kind of people who have the game have like written their own missions for Flight Sim World, but I still think it's missing a lot of features that make it a comprehensive simulator. But like I said, that's my impression was based on like the very first release. I've been keeping an eye on it as they've developed it, but I haven't seen any major steps forwards. They imported like a new kind of weather system. There's a weather kind of thing called True Sky that was added in, which is meant to make the weather look better and more realistic. But other than that, I haven't seen any major features get implemented. Grimwood, so I'm running P3D now. Yes, this is P3D. And I saw a comment there. Luke Scott, which P3D license did I get? I got the professional one. Let's see, Jack Simmons. Do for added you on Steam. I'd love to fly with you one day. Maybe. I'm going to be very busy for the next few months. I'm still working on the 737 tutorials full time just now, and then after that I'm going to be on holiday, and then I'm going to be getting back into real world, like getting a real job shortly after that, once I get back from holiday. Man, Hank, if you've already got some experience, you would not want to go with FSW, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I still think even nowadays FSX offers more than Flight Sim World does. Marnie, am I going to sideline FSX? Probably. Not immediately, because I've got a lot of kind of money like invested in FSX. You know, I've got all of my add-on aircraft. I've got like the Airsoft Airbus, PMDG 737. I've got the PMDG 747 for FSX as well. But I will slowly kind of migrate towards P3D over time. Yeah, I think P3D is going to become my kind of primary flight sim. So like Stampy Longnose, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Good to see you. I'm seeing a couple of new names in the chat today, so if you are new here, welcome to the live stream. I'm Dave number one. Hi. And yeah, welcome to my channel. It's good to see you in the chat there. Let's see, Grimwoods, different number one. You used FSX right from 98 up until X, no stranger to flight sim, but now craving more realistic aircraft and sceneries. You like to be able to do what you can in your spare time. Yeah, I mean, as I said, Prepared is mainly is an evolution of FSX, and a lot of the add-on developers, because it's pretty much like the simulator and the kind of the sim engine that runs runs behind the scenes, is all very similar to FSX. A lot of the add-on developers are making add-ons for FSX, but also Prepared. But I mean, the biggest thing that I've noticed moving from FSX to Prepared currently is the kind of the efficiency of the sim. I've noticed that the sim runs a lot smoother, and even with like some pretty demanding scenery, FTX, the FTX global packages here, I'm still getting between 40 and 50 frames per second. If I go into like a major built-up area, if I was to fly in like London, the frame rate would probably tank below I'm trying to say the frame rate would probably drop below 30, but sort of flying in kind of rural areas like this, we're currently kind of coming up over northern England. The frame rate is kind of bouncing between 40 and 50 frames per second, which is a lot better than FSX, where I was kind of getting between maybe 25 and 40 consistently. Let's see, Simeon PA, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? ReasonTube, looks like rain ahead. Yeah, we should be alright though. That's the point, I do need to try and figure out where I'm going. I'm going to try and tune in Newcastle's VOR. See if we can grab that. Yeah, we can. Excellent. Okay, so let's flick on to nav now. Okay, so I was trying to fly to the Leeming VOR, however it wouldn't pick it up for some reason, so we're just going up to Newcastle now. We are, judging by the DME there, we are 63 nautical miles away, and we are flying towards it because we have the little up flag on our OBS VOR indicator there. So we'll make our way over to Newcastle, and then we'll from Newcastle we'll fly up to the Tala VOR. So as you can see, this is why I always call these flights VFR-ish, because I am trying to fly, you know, I am flying visually, but I'm also using this instrument-assisted VFR. Let's see, Red 6, $5 US. Thank you very much, Red 6. That's very, very, very kind of you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, so thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you love me. Let's have a look. Let's see, Brodard, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? I picked up my drink and I didn't even have it. Marnie, did I install my FSX add-ons on P3D? No, I got new add-ons for P3D. I did. I've got a couple. Some of my Sim 720 airports are compatible between FSX and P3D, so I still need to install those. I still want to test those out. Oh dear. Yeah, most of my other, so the PMDG aircraft I'm gonna have to like rebuy if I want them all available in P3D. The Aerosofts will work in P3D version 3, but I have P3D version 4. So I believe Aerosoft are reworking their Airbus A320 family of aircraft for P3D version 4 currently. I think I saw a tweet by them a week ago or something saying that they've almost got it, or their development's going well for those aircraft. So I might pick that up. It's going to be like a relatively cheap upgrade because I've got the A320 series or the A320 family of aircraft for FSX. I can get like a cheap upgrade to the P3D version. Let's see, 6 shots. Didn't he say it right? It's Newcastle. Newcastle. I can't do a Newcastle accent actually. Come to think of it. Manhink, with P3D version 4, your risk of out of memory errors is lower. That's true. Yeah, there's that as well. KK, Dzień dobry. Polish, nice. I wish I knew more Polish. I do have a Polish Facebook somewhere actually. Stand by. Brodard, give us a resume of what you're doing. I'm flying from Sheffield to Inverness in the UK. That's it. I'm also working on PMDG 737 tutorials, which should be coming out. Should be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. At least I've got the first 3 videos are completely finished now, so that's like the cockpit overview. Oh, cabin temperature is -1. No, outside temperature is -1. Cabin is cold and steady. Right, let's see if we can change that, shall we? Cabin heats. Cabin is cold but warming rapidly. There we go. Let's have a look. Jack Simmons, how come you can't donate via YouTube in Australia? Because YouTube are a pain. Does YouTube take a cut of the stream donation? Not for the donations, no. They take a cut of advert revenue, but not stream donations to my knowledge. Jack Simmons, if you don't donate on Patreon, yeah, Patreon take a little bit as well. Let's see, Grimwoods, thank you very much. Wow, £10. Thanks everyone for your advice. You're at work and you better get back. No worries, Grimwood. Thank you very much for dropping in. Yeah, and if you've got any more comments, check out the A320 tutorials that I've done. They're actually, if you click on the top right corner, they should be, or the playlist of videos should be there, so you can check those out when you get home if you wish. And if you've got any more questions, just comment on the video and I'll get back to you on the video. But thank you very much, Grimwood. That means a lot to me. So look. What's that outside? Oh my god, it's the sun. Let's have a look here. Sam Wimmis, do a barrel roll. No. I very, very rarely do acrobatics or aerobatics on stream. Or I'll never do anything that intentionally endangers an aircraft on a live stream. Red 6, trying to get your It'll Be Fine t-shirt. Yeah, I do need to. I should really make those, shouldn't I? I should start like a little merch line. Merch line. Yeah, I should start like a little merch line with, you know, hello on it, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, Snake's a graphics designer. I'm sure he could put some good designs together on a t-shirt. That'd be pretty cool. Speaking of Snake, where the heck is he? He's probably still asleep. Let's see, Luke Scott, just departed Manchester bound for Lanzarote. Nice. Sean Morley, welcome. Let's see, Colin, is this autopilot's auto level and is the wind bashing the plane around? Was it all flying by stick? No, this is autopilot. Currently. Yeah, we're currently on nav mode and we're following the following our VOR into Newcastle currently. Oh, sorry, Newcal currently. We are 48.4 nautical miles away. Ground speed is 120 knots. Airspeed is 120. We should be there in 23 minutes. Sorry, itchy nose. My nose, itchy. Colin, can you donate from the UK since it's in pounds? I believe so. YouTube's been really funny though recently. Because I checked like the kind of the some of the settings on my YouTube channel the other day, and yeah, I checked my kind of like my settings on my YouTube channel last night, in fact, and yeah, Super Chat had been disabled, and I had to re-enable Super Chat on my channel, and my channel exceeds all of the like the new all of the new kind of monetization things that YouTube put out recently. So I don't know why they automatically disabled Super Chat on my channel. And I used to be able to, I also used to be eligible to create paid content. So if I wanted to make my tutorial videos and sell them, like, because you might have noticed on YouTube, like, you can watch like movies for like a couple of pounds or whatever currency you use, and I could have created videos which cost a little bit of money as well, but yeah, they've all apparently now I'm ineligible to do that, and when I had to look at the requirements, or it says you're ineligible because your country does not allow you to make paid content, and I'm like, so I checked my settings. It says my channel's in the UK, so I went and checked like the detailed documentation on YouTube about paid content, and it said like available countries, the United Kingdom. I'm like, what are you doing, YouTube? What are you actually doing? I don't get YouTube anymore. Like, it seems like YouTube is doing everything they can to drive people away from the website. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Enyat. Sorry. Yeah, Jack. I'm still rocking Extreme 3D Pro. Enyat. Have to leave the stream. Sorry for that. Have a classic. Do for number one. Approach the landing evidence. Will do. Enyat. Thank you very much for coming along. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again on a future live stream. Jacko, do I play Explain 11? I have it, but I don't play it all that much. Pardon me. Colin Richardson, thank you very much. I found it is called Super Chat. You're looking for something called Donate. You really are leaving this good flight. No worries, Colin. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah. Sadly, yeah, YouTube call it Super Chat for some reason, because you can pay to get your message highlighted, basically. But thank you very much, Colin. That's very, very kind of you. Any donation of any size helps me out immensely. You have no idea, so thank you very much. It was funny, I was actually talking about this with Snail last night. If you have a look at my YouTube analytics, it's hilarious because it's pretty much flat lines, but then there's like the odd spike every now and again, and I know for a fact that those are all of my those are when I do my live streams, because I make more money. Like, one donation on a live stream gives me more money than any other video that I put up. So like my analytics is like a line graph. It's just flat line, and it's just like a sudden spike where I've done a live stream and someone's donated, and it's just a flat line and another spike, flat line, another spike, sort of thing. So thank you very much, guys, for all of your donations. So thank you to Colin, thank you to Grimwood, and thank you to Red6 for your donations during this live stream. And as I said, any amount really makes a huge difference to me, so thank you very much. Let's see, Jack. If you're flying on Australia, there's a website called Air Service Australia, which has good airport charts. Yeah, you can usually find charts here and there. I'm also tempted to maybe descend a little bit, just thinking about the actual flight. I'm tempted to descend and see if we can maybe drop out this cloud coverage a tiny bit. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Come on. Vertical speed. I need to figure out how to work this properly, because I can never understand what it's doing. So we're going to try descending down to 3,000 feet just to see if we can drop out of this poor visibility a little bit. Let's have a look here. Let's just catch up on comments very quickly. John and Graham, welcome. Where am I flying from and to? I was flying from Sheffield in the UK. I'm flying up to Inverness. Captain Samuel, welcome to the live stream. Tom Martin, welcome. On F6 you downloaded the Airbus A320, but for some reason you can't get it to taxi. Do I know why? It's not because the parking brake is on. I don't know, I'm afraid. Maybe contact. Is it the Aerosoft Airbus that you have? If it's an add-on Airbus, I would recommend contacting the developer for support. Engines on. Tried pushback. Sirius, welcome back. Sirius, how's it going? Jack Simmons, BRB, no worries. Tom Martin, you've done the whole start procedure but won't taxi. Manhink, so it's not moving at all, yeah. John Ingram, will I ever fly the A350? If there's a decent A350 add-on out there, I may take a look at it in the future. But I don't know of one, or there isn't one that springs to mind. Let's see, Manhink, you have it also, works nice. Not sure if you could sort that out. Tom Martin, if you could find out why, that'd be great. Tom, if you're the one who's having the issue, it's kind of on you to find out what's wrong with it and discover. We're not responsible for any fault that's on your computer, so that responsibility is on you, Tom, quite frankly. Serious, yeah, good man, how about you? Yeah, I'm doing good. Enjoying my first proper long flights with P3D here, so. Tom, you spent about 20 quid or however much it seems. If it's a waste of money, it doesn't work at all. Tom, Aerosoft have a tech support page. Go and contact Aerosoft. It's not our responsibility to fix problems, your problems. It's your responsibility to fix your own problems. Sorry if that sounds harsh, but that's how the world is. There we go. So yeah, we've dropped from 4,000 down to 3,000, and yeah, visibility is much better now. We're still 30 miles away from Newcastle, so I can go and have a look outside again. Does anyone notice anything special about this livery? Wonder if anyone notices anything special about that. Jack Simmons, you fly Boeing and F6. Was wondering if it's worth getting a PMG 747 if you have the 737. Yes, if you are comfortable with the 737. The 747, I mean, it's PMDG, so you know it's going to be good. But the 747 is a very interesting aircraft to fly as well. You really get a good sense of kind of like weight and size with the 747. So yeah, I would recommend it. I have flown the 747, not that much, but I have flown the 747, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's definitely, again, it's PMDG, so you know it's high quality, you know it's worth the money. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's kind of it's up to you. Let's see, Captain Samuel, is this plane fly-by-wire or hydraulic? I think I don't know if it's hydraulic or not, but I think it is like manual, like, you know, possibly even hardwired controls. It's definitely not fly-by-wire. Tom Martin, yes, it's the Aerosoft Airbus. Well, as I said, contact Aerosoft's tech support. They'll be able to help you out with that. Manhink, what texture size do I use for resolutions for my clouds? I'm not sure what the cloud resolution is in P3D. I've kind of got the sim set up, and I've like don't want to go anywhere near the settings again. But I think I've got everything to use like high resolution stuff. Although these cloud textures, I believe, are still default. I think ActiveSky does have a program where you can add in, where you can add in new cloud textures, but I've just got the basic, like just the weather engine. So that I think the cloud textures are still default. Red 6 learn, yep. Buddy LC L plates. Now we don't have any L plates on there, but for anyone who doesn't, for anyone who doesn't realize, G-Learn, all of my early videos in a Cessna, I did a little Easter egg where I labeled the aircraft G-Learn, and now this kind of livery that I've made, I actually also figured out last night how to repaint, how to do my own repaints for the A2A Cessna at least. So this is, to my knowledge, this is the only version, or this is the only livery of this aircraft in existence currently. KK from Poland, and you? I'm from Scotland, but I do have Polish family, and I do have Polish heritage. That's why I recognised Dzień dobry. Jack Simmons currently going 400 knots in a Learjet 45. Nice. TIP's same call sign as the first tutorial I did. Yep. Yeah, I'm really proud of it as well because it's a custom paint job thing. All I basically did was there's a red version of this that comes with default with the A2A 182. There's like a red version of this where like the blue parts are red. So I just went into Photoshop, just kind of changed the red part to blue basically, blue and black kind of streaks down the side, and then figured out how to save it as a DDS file. And here it is in the sim. Tom, you have done They Don't Know, which is why I've asked my viewers. Well, we won't know either. We didn't develop the aircraft, so the only other thing to try is to try reinstalling, or to have a look at some other online forums elsewhere and see if any other Aerosoft users have had issues. Let's see, Baruz, welcome. How am I? I'm doing good, Baruz. Thank you very much for asking. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Manhank, thought you were using Rex Skyforce. You have yours set to 4096. Seems to be very hard on FPS. Yeah, I've noticed that with FSX. I don't know why, but my FSX seems to be struggling a lot recently. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Let's have a look. KK, which is better, Active Sky 16 or Active Sky Next? Active Sky 16 is the newer version, so I would assume that Active Sky 16 is better. John Ingram, would I ever try a tire blowout landing or a landing gear failure? Possibly, I might do. Wouldn't rule it out. I tend to stay away from failures because people always say, oh, try this or try that, and it's just like, there's so many things that could go wrong with an aircraft. Like, I don't want to, and there's so many, the procedures for, dealing with some sort of a failure or an emergency in different, there's different failures for different aircraft, and you handle them in different ways. So, I always try to stay away from, doing failures and stuff, but I won't rule it out. Buddy C, do a James May from Top Gear registration. What was the registration? I can't remember what it was. It'll probably be like G-cock or something. No doubt, knowing James May. Serious, should you consider buying P3D? You currently have X-Plane 11. If you want an FSX-like, if you want the best FSX-like engine, I would get P3D. But you're fine with X-Plane 11 for now. Serious, you'd strive for real-world physics and great scenery. In that case, stick with X-Plane 11 and look up something called Ortho for XP. It's like a kind of like a hobby project to bring photorealistic textures to X-Plane. So I would stick with X-Plane. If those are your goals, I would stick with X-Plane. Stick with X-Plane 11, and then also look up something called Ortho for XP. That gives you that's like a free kind of add-on where you can download photorealistic scenery for X-Plane. Although forewarning, the photorealistic scenery, the file size is huge. Like if you try downloading, I think, the entire world, you're going to be looking at downloading 50 gigabytes worth of data onto your computer. Because I'm sure I looked at it myself, and there was a just a silly, stupid amount of data for the scenery. So just be aware of that. There you go. That's Weasel's got it. Ortho for XP. That's the one. Barus, did I see on Steam that some DLCs for F6 is available on discount? Yeah, I'm not looking at buying many more add-ons for FSX currently. Barus, I'm looking at P3D as being the future for me, at least. So I'm not really looking at FSX add-ons at the moment, but it's good. It's good. Thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention, because anyone who's interested in buying add-ons for FSX, I think some of the add-ons are on sale on Steam. I believe that Dovetail are doing a sale at the moment. Buddy G. Ocock was a biplane's player. Okay, yeah. It had to be something with that word. John Ingram, Bruce, you don't understand if you work for normal edition. No, you won't be able to download any DLC on Steam and then get it working for FSX normal edition. You'd need to have FSX Steam edition to use Steam DLC. John Ingram, understand you've been trying to fly the 747 dual engine failure at cruise. Shockingly, the play doesn't handle much different. Does it not? I imagine on two engines you can just about manage, but someone was mentioning on a live stream a couple of live streams ago, someone was trying to do a triple engine failure at V1, trying to mimic that. It's just that's never going to end well. You can't recover that situation. I wouldn't imagine. Anyway, Kent Lundberg, also X-Plane 11 HD Mesh Scenery V4. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing, but thank you very much for dropping that note as well in the chat, Kent. So yeah, anyone who does fly an X-Plane, maybe check that out as well. So Ortho for XP, imagine Ortho for XP and HD Mesh Scenery really kind of make X-Plane 11 kind of come to life and really pop, I would imagine. Pat, what's my preferred flight sim? Thinking of getting one, but not sure which one to choose. Oh, it's it's difficult. I mean, my preferred one currently still would be FSX. FSX is the cheapest. It's probably got the most widely supported. It's got the biggest selection of add-ons and stuff. Should I climb over these clouds? I probably should climb over these clouds, shouldn't I? So disarm that. Go vertical speeds up. And then rearm that. I think that's how that works. Altitude hold, rearm. Whoops. Vertical speed, no, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would still say FSX is still pretty good. If you're just getting into flight simming, FSX is probably still the way to go. Me being a more experienced flight simmer, if you're a more experienced flight simmer, it's probably better to look at Prepared and X-Plane. Also, if you're a new flight simmer, maybe Flight Sim World is also worth a look. Apparently it's just come out of early access. I haven't gone back and looked at it myself, but my understanding is there's still not as much content in Flight Sim World as there is in FSX. So, be forewarned. Serious, thanks for all that. There's no worries, Serious. Let's see, Campier, good morning. You've been trying out Ortho for XP, it's very neat. Good stuff. Yeah, from what I remember taking a brief look at Ortho for XP ages ago, and it looked pretty good back then, but as I said, just be aware that if you're going to get full global coverage, you're looking at huge download sizes. Manhank, if you've got X-Plane 11, you'd already checked the net. What properties it has is Very well known. Explain 11 is the most realistic sim out there right now. Yeah, physics wise, again, like as I said, if you're just getting into flight simming, I would still recommend FSX. But for more, if you're experienced and you kind of understand what you're doing, and you're like, you're willing to invest a lot more kind of time and money essentially into flight simulation, then like if you want to just kind of like try flight simulation, I would say FSX. If you like flight simming and you want to like start investing in add-ons and investing money into the sim, then I would recommend then picking up X-Plane or Prepared, and then getting add-ons on top of that. Jack Simmons, let's have a look. If you like the 747, I recommend trying the C-17 Globemaster. It definitely feels heavy and large. I imagine it would do, yeah. John Ingram, tried it before, managed to get in the air, but no payload and low fuel to achieve it. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you're flying the 747 realistically, I would imagine that you'd be like weighed. Certainly on takeoff with a triple engine failure, you'd be weighed down with tons of fuel. Okay, so that's us almost at. What am I trying to say? Newcastle. So we'll go heading holds there, and then we are going to be flying over to the Tala VOR. Just need to bring the throttle back a little bit. Let's have a look here. Sorry, let me just catch up on comments. Red 6, this 182 is nice compared to the 172, more power. Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely much, like I said, it's considered to be a lot kind of like more of a kind of a cruising aircraft, much more suited to cross-country stuff. Although, like if you go into the A2A website and watch like the promotional video that A2A did for this aircraft, like they say that like this is a really kind of a really strong bush aircraft as well, and it's kind of its heart, and it's kind of almost as like the aircraft's roots are in bush flying, and they really are like, when I come in for landing, like you can descend at quite a steep rates. Yeah, you can descend at quite a steep angle, and the aircraft, will manage its speed really well. And as you can see, like it climbs very, very well as well. Let's see, Sirius, just going to enjoy the stream now. No worries, Sirius. Camp here, where are we flying? We are flying from Sheffield in the UK up to Inverness. Where else would I fly? Jack Simmons is TIP. Yeah, TIP's still around. Oops. Let's have a look. Just catch up here. Camp here, just throwing an opinion here. You own FSX boxed Steam Edition P3D V4 and X11. You'd recommend X11 as it looks great out of the box and doesn't bring it back for zero. Yes, that's another benefit of X11. It's certainly by default X11 is probably one of the better, probably the best sim out there. John Ingram, only bad thing about the stream is no one's taking the mickey out of Ryanair. Well, I don't know. They haven't done anything bad to me personally, so I have no reason to make fun of Ryanair. Daniel, why do I have 911 in my nickname? Because when I came up with the nickname, I was like young and I was silly, and it was around the time where, like, because Do for 911 was originally my Xbox gamer tag, and it was kind of when I came up with it, it was kind of cool to put a number in your name back then, so I thought 911 was a cool number, so that's why it's in my my gamer tag. Serious, one last question. Which zoom level should you use for land around the airports? You thinking 16 or 17? If that's related to Ortho XP, I don't know. I'm afraid you'd need to maybe look at some forum posts and see. TIP, does P3D have the learning center as well? I believe it does. They certainly have a few things related to development. They have like a little kind of help thing related to developing add-ons for Prepared, but I'm not sure if they have like the fully fleshed out learning center that FSX had. I can't remember, I haven't checked. Foxy Football, is this on VATSIM? No, it's not. Bruce, do I know... How can I fly with VFR without using instruments? If you're flying VFR, you just fly based on landmarks that you can see outside the cockpit. So you'd be looking at, looking at following different roads. You'd be looking at, prominent kind of buildings like churches, or looking out for like prominent radio towers and things like that. If you're purely flying VFR, that is. I'm not flying VFR. I'm kind of like. This is technically IFR, I guess. But yeah, if you're flying VFR, you're kind of looking at, like looking at major roads, looking at prominent buildings, looking at cities, looking at like natural landmarks like mountains or rivers, and you're using those to navigate. Kent, you have both F6 and X11, but F6 has better ATC, I think. Yes, I agree on that one. Jack Simmons, like the way the cockpit looks on 172, 182 Cessna cockpits in general. Yes, I agree. I do like the Cessna, especially like these kind of ones with the coloured gauges and bits and pieces. Yeah, I do like Cessna cockpits as well. And as I said earlier, I prefer the kind of like what they call the steam gauge cockpit, like with the these more classic styled instruments rather than a G1000 system. I don't know why. I don't like G1000s at all. Sandboxer, do I have a Scouser accent? No, I've got a Scottish accent. Although it's kind of a mishmash with England at the moment. X-Plane 11 has terrible landing on water. X-Plane 11 menu is not as comfortable as FSX P3D. Well, I mean, the X-Plane 11 menus are a lot better than it used to be, so I'll give them that. It's a lot better than the X-Plane 10 and before menus. Jake Holmes, welcome to the live stream. Jack Simmons Doodler, that's not my name. Do I think my old Xbox name was bad? Not necessarily. I think it's fair. It's a fairly unique gamer tag, so it kind of stands out. So no, I don't think it was bad at all. There were a time there was times when I wish I maybe chose something different, but like I said, when I originally came up with the alias Do4911, like I would have been about 12, 13, 14. And part of the inspiration as well was I was watching a film called SWAT, which has Colin Farrell in it. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it, and Michelle Rodriguez is in that film as well. And like that was one of my favorite films at the time, and the kind of the tagline for the film was even cop style 911 when they call in SWAT and stuff. So so that kind of, I guess, influenced my gamer tag decision as well. There you go. So we just tuned in the Tala VOR there. We are going to see if we can descend below this cloud level and fly below the clouds over to Tala. If not, then I'll just whack the throttle on and we'll power up through the clouds and get above them. Campia, you'd use 17, jump to 18 makes the file size a lot bigger. Okay, that'll be about Ortho XP there. Jack Simmons, yours was Diamondcraft 31. Guess you're a Minecraft fan then, Jack. Sean Morley, you're from Sheffield. Little known fact, Sheffield Airport is now closed. Is it? It struck me because there's still charts there, and they have charts for A380 movements. So is Sheffield like still possibly used as like a maintenance location for airlines? Manhike, yeah, they improved a lot over version 10. Yep, I agree. So there you go. So there's a VFR landmark for you there, right there. That road. I've no idea what that road is, but if I had like proper maps and stuff, I could probably figure it out. You know, we've obviously got like a forest here as well. So yeah, so if you're flying VFR, you know, by following this road, you're kind of this is like you'd follow this road. You can see it kind of winds its way up here. So that would be, you know, you'd follow that road for VFR flying. We are coming up to mountainous terrain, so yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and over, I reckon. Let's go all the way up to 8,000, shall we? So whack on the throttle there. Give myself full revs. So should go up at 1,000 feet per minute comfortably. Up through the clouds. Let's see, John Ingram, sorry, got a jump off to fly beach Barron, nice. Enjoy the rest of the stream, thanks TAB for moderating chat. No worries, John, enjoy the flight, hopefully the weather's good for it, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. Apologise for calling you Doodler, upload's great. No worries, chat, no problem. Snay, there he is. Good morning, or no, Kalispera. Tiganis. Jack Simmons is not a Minecraft fan anymore. Those days were a long time ago. Yeah, I'm sure we've all played. Minecraft at some point. Geriatric Ginger. Good morning. Awesome name. Welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Finally caught me live. Yes, you have. Well, welcome to the live stream. Let's see. Marnie Crittle, has Inverness got snow clearing? Possibly. Let me see. I don't have my taskbar here, so I can't get my. I have to go over to a second while this is get my thing. I don't know. Let's get a METAR for Inverness to see. Probably does actually. They've had a lot of clouds recently up there. Nothing on the METAR. Winds 240 at 5 knots. Visibility's good. A few clouds at 500. Okay, so we might have to dial in for an ILS. A few clouds at 1000. Cumulonimbus clouds. Temperature 0. QNH 0. Niner. So yeah, nothing, because normally if normally like certain types of precipitation are highlighted on the METAR, so like minus or hyphen RA is light rain, RA is rain. I think SN would be snow. CB there indicates cumulonimbus clouds. So it's kind of cloudy, but visibility Inverness is currently, you know, ideal, you know, 10,000 meters or more, and yeah, there's no kind of indication of precipitation there currently. Snake, dude, that game looks and sounds better. Yeah, it performs a lot better as well, actually. Currently it doesn't because we're powering through some clouds, but whoops, I just noticed something. Look at the speed. I forgot to turn the pitot heat on. Look at the speed. So as the pitot heat melts any condensation or any water in the pitot tube there, the speed came to life. Interesting. Although we are already up at 7,000 feet and we're still in clouds. I did not want this to happen. Let's go up to 9,000 feet, shall we? Yeah, we're powering up at 1,000 feet per minute comfortably. There we go. Now we're above the clouds. Jeez. Take a look down here. Let's see, Manhink, am I chatting via tablet next to my PC? No, I've got my second monitor is actually sitting on a chair, which is next to my desk. John, I'm going to be here next weekend. I can never join the weekday ones. Be good to see you next week. Unfortunately, John, I'm not going to be live streaming for a couple of weeks because I'll be away on holiday, so it'll be kind of like mid-February by the time I get back. Jake Holmes, could I do a flight with the DC-10? Probably not. Is DC-10, is that the default aircraft that comes with FSX? I don't know, I tend not to fly vintage aircraft, I'm afraid, so I don't know if I will do a flight in that or not. Jerry, actually, neat little application. Oh, thank you. It's a little Python script that I wrote for myself. Basically, just does a Google search, essentially. That's how that works. Let's have a look here. The cherry actually ginger cold pitot causes shrinkage. Yeah, you don't want a shrinking pitot tube. We all know that. We all of us guys in the chat know the horror. Oh, that said, I've just lost the Tala VOR. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. I've just lost my Tala VOR because I believe it's a low altitude VOR, and I'm obviously now at 9,000 feet. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so I guess we're not flying VFR anymore. Sky Vector. Let's see. Alt tab. Yeah, that's what I want. Where's my window? Where's my window? There it is. Last one. Okay, so. Whoops. No, I don't. No, it's a low altitude. 113.8. I didn't fly directly over the top of it already, have I? No, I'm still 36 miles away from it. Why is that way off? Oh no, I was flying on heading hold all that time. That's why. Being a doofer. I was flying on heading holds, not nav holds. That's why the needle was deflected all the way. I don't know. Anyway, let me just catch up here. Yasin, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? DC3 is default. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't have a DC-10 aircraft then, I'm afraid. As I said, I tend not to fly the vintage aircraft. DKM Flyer, hi David, just finished work. So if I left FSX, how's the performance of P3D compared to FSX? Welcome DKN. The performance of Prepared is a lot better in my experience. Let's see. Go around to the sunny side, it'll be better. Yeah, the performance of P3D is much better compared to FSX in my experience. But I haven't like fully left FSX yet. I've still got like a lot of add-ons and things that I want to cover in FSX. So FSX isn't gone completely, but I will slowly be migrating to P3D. Jake Holmes, what flight sim is this? You have Steam Edition. This is Prepared version 4. Lockheed Martin Prepared version 4, this one. Or Prepared 3D, as Jack Simmons said there. Is that my phone just bleeped? I thought I heard something just bleep there, I don't know. Anyway, 6 shot. Whereabouts are we right now? We are. Well, let's see. Like, we're probably. Well, I can't tell now because we're about 30 miles away from Tala, so we're probably. Probably around here somewhere. So we're probably just about to cross the border between Scotland and England. Is that where the border is? I mean, this is where this kind of horizontal line here. That's where the flight information regions cross over. So yeah, so we flew up to Newcastle. Now we're kind of on this leg here, flying up to kind of lower southern Scotland, but we're kind of about halfway along this leg here. So I think we're just crossing the border between Scotland and England just now, I think. Let's see. Vince Mass, good morning from the Netherlands. Good morning from London, Vince. How are you? DK also been thinking about getting P3D as well. Yeah, I mean, my experience with it is really good. Like, I really like it so far. Just a word of warning though, like what you see in my stream is all like add-on scenery and stuff. This is an add-on plane, so yeah, so my kind of my version of P3D is not an accurate representation of the default version of it. Just be warned that the scenery in my version looks a lot better than the default scenery and stuff. And this is the A2A Cessna 182. So this aircraft is a lot more detailed and a lot nicer and realistic than some of the default aircraft as well. And you don't get this aircraft as default with P3D. Let's see. Jack Simmons, you're playing F6 multiplayer, getting swarmed by extra 300s and F18s. Once again, welcome to Steam Edition. Yeah, I mean that's one reason why I'm hesitant to do like a multiplayer event, because I don't want people just coming in and trolling me, because I know they tend to do that a lot with flight sim streamers, especially if you're on VATSIM. I've heard. Geriatric Ginger, you have F6 Steam Edition and P3D version 4. Can't bring yourself to uninstall F6 Steam Edition. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Like, I've got a lot of like money invested in add-ons for FSX, so I'm probably not going to drop it completely for a long time. But yeah, I mean, P3D is certainly. I mean, like we keep saying that like P3D is an evolution of FSX. And yeah, like all I can really say is that I will be migrating over slowly but surely. All random, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? DK, you've got an i7 4770K and a GTX 970, so hoping it will run on your PC. It should do. My specs are fairly similar to that, so actually, no, I think my specs might even be worse than that, so yeah, it should run just fine on your computer. Let's see. Baran, welcome back. Baran, I said hi to you at the start of the live stream when you first said hi. D Kent, you got the A2A 182 and F6, pretty good aircraft. Yes, it is. Abnormals, can I show you the cockpit? Yes, of course I can show you the cockpit. So do I need to lean this out a bit more? Just zoom in there because I know my live stream quality is really bad. Plus I need to... Just trying to like lean out. Drop the engine RPMs there as well. Yeah, I remember this again in A2A's promotional video. This is what they recommended, was having the throttle set quite high to keep the manifold pressure quite high, but then reduce the engine RPMs. And that was they claim that that's a more economical way to fly the plane. Not sure if that's true or not, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how to fly this plane properly. Just be warned of that. Yeah, like I'm not sure of like the proper way to manage like fuel leaning along with the prop kind of condition lever and manifold pressure and stuff. I haven't like figured all of that stuff out yet, so just be warned about that. DCAM, what clouds am I using? I believe that these clouds are just the default clouds. I do have Active Sky for P3D version 4, but I'm not sure if that changes the cloud textures at all, so these might just be the default clouds. Jake Holmes, you're only 12, you have flying you've been flying before from taxi, takeoff and landing at the blast flew Cessna. Nice. Yeah, I guess that was a real, I guess you're talking about a real flying lesson. If so, that's fantastic. Are you thinking of becoming a real pilot, Jake? As for Geriatric Ginger, you're talking about playing on a i7 260K, 16 gigs of RAM, 1050, just fine. Yeah, I think with a half decent modern gaming system, yeah, you should be able to play this just fine. And you use Orbex Global and Active Sky. Okay. Let's have a look. Mr. Shocks, how long are you still flying? Let's see, what time is it now? So it's 2 hours in already. I'm not sure. Thinking we should have been making a bit better progress than we are currently. Let's see, we're coming up to the Tala waypoint just now. I think we've still got another couple of hours worth of flying to go. Let's see, Jake, it's definitely your dream to become a pilot. Good stuff. Well, if you start in as young as 12, then yeah, you'll get there in no time. All the best. I think once you reach 14, I think that's when you can start flying and doing solo flight as well. So yeah, if you're starting at age 12, then yeah, you're already well ahead of many other pilots. So yeah, keep going for it, man, and you'll get there. Jack Simmons, do you want to be a pilot differ? Yes, I would love to get a PPL one day. The only reason I don't have one now is because I can't afford one. But as soon as I can afford one, I will go and get a PPL. And if people want to see it, I will try and maybe do some vlogs and try and vlog some of my PPL lessons and bits and pieces. Hassan, hello from New Zealand, hello from London. Hassan, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Jack Simmons, your Wi-Fi cuts out about 11:12, so you have to go soon. No worries, Jack. As I said earlier, this whole video will be available as a video on demand later on, about a couple of hours after it's finished. Mr. Shock's got your PPL at 16. Yeah. So yeah, I believe at the age 14, I think in the UK at age 14 you can yeah, you can start doing like solo flying and stuff. So yeah, you'll be able to pick that up around 14, 15, 16 years old easily. Geriatric, do I stream to YouTube via something like OBS? You're on Twitch but never stream to YouTube. Yes. Yeah, on YouTube is pretty much the same. If you've got OBS, you'll notice that like there's like drop down menus to like select popular streaming services. So yeah, you just choose YouTube. Like set up a live stream event on YouTube. You'll be given your kind of unique like stream key. You just dial that into the stream settings on OBS, and yeah, and then with YouTube you just start OBS streaming, and then on YouTube like you have like a little preview button, so you can preview the stream before it starts and then go live after that. It's not like Twitch, because my experience with Twitch is that when you on OBS when you start streaming, like it just starts immediately on Twitch, whereas on YouTube if you start streaming, that only starts sending data to YouTube. You then have to go to the YouTube dashboard and then like kind of start streaming from the YouTube dashboard as well. But it's pretty self-explanatory, streaming on YouTube. Let's see. Jake, sucks you have to save up for your pilots. It's 10k, but your parents told me they will buy your plane when you're 18. Wow, flipping heck, that's awesome. Yeah, if you just keep working hard, save up your pocket money, you'll get there. Age 14 is solo in Australia too. Alright, okay. Louis, Jack, it's 15 for solo. Alright. Jake, you're Aussie, so 14 to fly. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, same as you. I'm pretty sure in the UK it's the same. It's 14. Good stuff. Right. So for this next batch of clouds, what I'm going to do is I want to get over this cloud. Oops. Where's my cursor? Just want to get over this cloud here, and then descend down underneath this next batch of clouds. Or I could... No, we're getting quite close to the Tala waypoint, but where are we going off to after that? Perth. Let's see. If we dial in the Perth VFR, we might be able to cut a corner ever so slightly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Wow, okay, that was way off. So I just hit D just to kind of like reset my heading indicator there, and that looks like it was way off. Oops. Okay, well that's good. Now we're flying into some clear air, which is the main thing. And now that we are flying into clear air, let's descend a little bit. So go into vertical speeds. I'll just descend slowly. And I'm actually not going to change the throttle settings or anything as well. I'm going to let the speed pick up there, so I can get a bit of a move on. Let's see, Louis, do for my VFR. Technically not, no. I'm technically IFR, but I always call it VFR-ish flying, doing this. Let's see. Geriatric, crazy how you can be so much younger to fly than drive a car. Yeah, no, that's... I never understood that. I never understood why you could learn to fly, or you could fly solo at such a young age, but not drive a car. Or, I don't know. Maybe because like driving the car is much more common, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Mr. Shocks, did you buy this aircraft? Yes, this is the A2A Cessna 182. Yeah, I can't remember how much it is, but yes, I did buy this aircraft. Jake Holmes, don't understand when the teachers talk about math. Speed's okay. You understand all stuff about planes. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't need like any like dramatic maths skills. Plus, like you'll probably pick up something called an E6B computer, which is like it's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a notepads type thing, but it allows you to calculate crosswind, kind of angles and bits and pieces. Let's see. Let's see, Lewis. Didn't think so. Level isn't odd or even. Yeah, I mean, I can never remember the whole odd even numbering system. I only ever like really apply that to when I'm flying commercial jets and stuff. Yeah, what other aircraft do A2A make? TIP could probably suggest a few, but off the top of my head, they do the Cessna 172, Cessna 182, the Piper Comanche 250, the Piper Cherokee, I think. They do a Spitfire, they do the something Constellation, like a vintage aircraft, quad engine propeller vintage aircraft. They do the B377 or B337. They do a P52 Mustang, is it? Like the American World War II propeller fighter. I'm sure there's one other one that they do. But yeah, they do a couple of like Cessnas and Pipers, and also some like larger vintage aircraft as well. Yeah. See, yeah, about planes being safer. Well, someone, I think it was, someone was talking about earlier about, or talking on previous live stream about a Cessna at Inverness almost crashing into an EasyJet. So, and that was with a student and an instructor on board. So yeah, let's see. Red 6, $2. Come on, people, donate. It'll be all right. Thank you very much, Red 6. That's very, very kind of you. Again, that's a second donation, Red 6. Stop it. Come on. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, so we are now descending nicely. So we're just starting to sneak into the yellow there on the speed. So just going to bring the throttle back slightly just to keep the speed in the green. Let's see, Manhink. Good thing about streaming is you don't have to fly. You don't have to fly yourself. But now you want to be the pilot in charge. So see you later, perhaps very soon. Okay, no worries, Manhink. Thanks very much for coming along, and I certainly will enjoy my vacation. Thank you very much. Louis. All our airplanes are safer. They're controlled by sensible people. Not necessarily. I remember when I was a lot younger. Yeah, I think when I went to like a flight school to do a trial flying lesson, I'm pretty sure one of the pilots that came in, or it was like he'd just flown like a kind of like a charter flight for a customer, like on like a twin engine prop, and the guy like stank of alcohol. So yeah, not every single pilot is a sensible pilot. I've also seen videos of guy like I remember like watching the video of a guy flying on YouTube somewhere where he has an electrical failure in like something like a Cessna 152 or something, and the guy was flying it like he bloody stole it, you know. And I was just like, that's nah. Louis, did I ever take flying lessons? No, I've done a couple of like trial flying lessons, but as I said earlier, I don't have enough money to go and do a PPL. If I had the money to do a PPL, trust me, I would have a PPL. Henrique, what joystick am I using? I'm using the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. I really do need to get a bot to answer all the frequently asked questions. I believe we are currently approaching Edinburgh. I believe, yeah, that's the Forth Road Bridge. Oh no, that's the Forth Road Rail Bridge. And the Forth Road Bridge behind it. And that's Edinburgh Airport right in front of both of those. So yeah, so we're about to fly through the approach path for Edinburgh Airport. Good thing I'm not flying online or anything. Louis, you'd say sensible is not the right word, but rather more responsible. At least a good pilot would need these traits. Yeah, but it's not always the case, sadly. Who stole the Queensferry crossing? Snubblin'. Someone call Orbex. They missed the bridge. Although I think the Forth Roads Bridge is an asset even in FSX, so I think that's there anyway. But what's that behind it? What are these like warehouses behind it? These things. Whoa, no. Come back. Don't know what that's all about. Right, so now that we're at lower altitudes, I need to rejig the mixture. Do I need to lean it a bit more? Yeah, more leaning. So just take care of something really quick. Right. Yeah, so that's Edinburgh Airport right there. This will be the that'll be the North Sea out there. I can't remember what this kind of stretch of water is. Apparently, oh yeah, there's an island there. Nice. A bit of snow. Yeah. Would that be Murrayfield down there? It is Edinburgh Airport. I saw a stadium down there, and I want to have a look and wonder. I wonder if that was Murrayfield. Come on, pillar, get out of the way. Oh, I think we're making good progress. It's 2 hours into the flight. We're at Edinburgh already, so yeah, we should be able to get to Inverness before the 4 hours. Yeah, that stadium right there. Would that be Murrayfield? I've actually never been to Edinburgh, so I've only ever been through Edinburgh on a train, and I flew there once on a Flybe flight, but yeah, my dad kind of picked me up and we went straight over towards Glasgow after that. I've never actually been in Edinburgh. Or like I've only ever like passed through. It's the Firth of Forth. Of course it would. Oh, the Forth Road Bridge. I'm an idiot. Jackson, it's amazing to think how far we've come with aviation considering where we started. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, we've also taken a step backwards when you think about the Concorde and stuff, but hopefully that will come back, or some sort of supersonic plane will come back. Let's see. Jack, your Wi-Fi will cut it any minute. Thanks for making your day. Also the mods, also chat. No worries, Jack. Thank you very much for coming along. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again on a future live stream. Hopefully in a few weeks' time once I'm back. Thanasis, welcome. Just joined. See you finally switched to P3D. Yeah, it's not like a complete like permanent switch, but yeah, I'm trying out P3D. I'm trying out a P3D stream for the first time. Seems to be going all right actually. My computer isn't struggling as much as I thought it would be. CPU usage is kind of hovering between 70 and 80%. That was the thing I was most worried about, was my CPU, my CPU kind of burning up, but it seems to be pretty stable, so I think we're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing good. See, serious. Concorde did help make aviation world safer, so step in the right direction. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that was like, it's just a shame. Like, it's the same thing as well. Like with space travel, like, you know, we had aircraft like the Concorde and like the space shuttle, which then both got retired, and like now we don't have supersonic air travel, and we don't have any like the only means for people to get into space is on the Soyuz. You know, there's no like American run kind of space flight platform, I guess you would call it. So but then again, the space shuttle was a horrifically inefficient project from what I understand, so but yeah, hopefully it'll all change because Boeing are making their Starliner capsule, SpaceX are working on the Dragon V2. So yeah. Jack said it's going to stay as long as you can. No worries, Jack. Jake, your pop is an expert on the Concorde. Nice. Six Shot. Tried to post a link to the company that's making supersonic airline, but I cannot. But it's happening in the demonstrator. XP1 will make its first flight this year. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the company, but I know that there is a company working on one. It's good to know that their test flight should be this year. Sirius, true, travelling faster than the speed of sound. Seemed incredibly awesome. Sirius not around today. Yeah, as I said, like I know there is like a company that's currently working on it. Let's see. Jack, those are ones I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the company, but it's like something like Boom or something, isn't it? Six Shot. If you just type the name of the company, then people can go and search it if they wish. Yeah, I don't. It's YouTube that deals with like not allowing links and stuff, but yeah, there you go. Boomsupersonic.com, there you go. So people can go and check that out if they wish. Jake, hey Doof, do I build plastic model kits? No, I don't. No, I'm not into any of that sort of stuff. I've got a couple of plastic models that my mum kind of bought for me, but no, I tend not to buy or purchase any myself. Sol, Blue Origin 2. Yeah, but Blue Origin are not putting people they're not putting people into orbit. I guess they get people up into like technically what's space, but they're not putting people into orbit or taking people up to the ISS or beyond. Vince Mass has to go. Have a great flight today. I will, Vince. Thank you very much for coming along and watching, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. Sirius, New York to London in 3 hours 15 minutes. Wow, that's very quick. What was the Concorde? The Concorde was about 3.5 hours, wasn't it? But the thing with yeah, the thing with like this boom thing as well isn't like this new boom aircraft going to be made with, you know, composite materials and stuff, and obviously, you know, you got now like the benefits of, you know, modern design techniques like CFD and all that sort of stuff, additive manufacturing, 3D printing. Goosebumps, welcome. How's it going? Good to see you there in the chat. Red 6, try the SR-71. Yeah, if only it had a couple of passenger seats. Sirius, Concorde was Mach 2, Boom is Mach 2.2. Ah, right. Concorde did it once in about 2 hours and a half. It was normally around 3 hours. Okay. Jackson has just got the stock 737 up to 500 knots. What was it? I saw a news report actually talking about getting aircraft up to speeds and stuff. Wasn't there I saw a news report the other day. Didn't a commercial airliner like do the fastest ever transatlantic crossing? Like, didn't they like catch a good jet stream and like end up doing the fastest ever transatlantic crossing? Like the fastest ever subsonic transatlantic crossing. I feel like I saw a news article about that, or something along those lines. Oh, hang on. Where's my Perth VOR gone? What was 0.4? Where's my VOR gone? I had the Perth VOR a moment ago. Where's it gone? Is it just... Wait, hang on, if I did that. No, it's still there. We want to go to the Perth VOR, guys. Come on now. Let's have a look. Abdullah, can I fly the Cessna 172 next time? I might be able to, but there's really not that much difference between this aircraft and the 172. They're almost the same. So cockpit-wise, procedure-wise, they are almost identical. Yeah, they're pretty much the same, really. Okay. Let's see. 6-shot. Yeah, but it was Norwegian Airlines 787. That was on. Yeah, Norwegian Airlines done it. Nikhil, please fly 172 next time. I said this on the 182, the 172s and the 182s are pretty much the same. The 172s are just a slightly slower version of this. Sirius, yeah, they did it on the 202 mile an hour jet stream. That was it, yeah. Yeah, because like the aircraft itself is flying subsonic, but like when you take into account like you've got the aircraft flying at approximately, let's say 500 miles an hour, and then you add in like a 200 mile an hour jet stream, so like the aircraft, you know, through the air the aircraft is moving at 500 miles an hour, but when you consider the air is moving at 200 miles an hour as well, like the total airspeed is actually, you know, beyond Mach 1. Like over the ground, that is, the ground speed is over Mach 1, or over like 700 miles an hour. Jake Holmes, did I know that the Concorde crash from a tyre. Concorde crashed because a tyre exploded and hit the engine. Casualties will tell you. Yes, it did. Yeah, the tyre burst. My understanding is that a tyre burst. The chunk of the tyre flew up and ruptured or smashed into the underside of one wing, ruptured the fuel tank, and then that started to fire next to one of the engines. One of the engines stopped. One of the engines got lower performance because it was pretty much on fire, and then the aircraft couldn't climb, and then it sadly crashed after that. Is my understanding. Serious top speed of 776 miles per hour. Jeez. Yeah, I'm guessing that's ground speed. That wouldn't be airspeed though. That would be ground speed. Let's have a look. Just catching up with you all talking about Airfix. Burke, true. Is there any reason to favour the 182 over the 172 if you're going to buy one? The 182 is a bit more powerful than the 172. So if you're thinking of flying like cross country, or the 172 is like a trainer aircraft, so it's nice and slow, it's nice and kind of gentle, whereas the 182 has got a bit more oomph to it. It's got a bit more power. It's slightly more complex because you have a different propeller on it. So it's got this propeller lever, and it's got constant speed prop that you need to learn to manage. The difference between this and the 172 really, or the differences are not that big. It's basically just they've got a bit more power to it, and like slightly more complex with the constant speed propeller on it. But it's relatively, if you put a little bit of time, if you put like 2 or 3 hours into learning the aircraft properly, you'll be able to fly it easily. Tom Tilley, welcome. Enjoy streams. You really need to learn navigation though. If you have a look in the top corner of my screen, you should find a link to my FSX tutorials, or my FSX kind of series of videos, and I talk about navigation in those. I talk about things like ADF navigation, VOR navigation, how to read aviation charts and things like that. So if you click on the top left, the top right as you look at it, click the little eye icon, it'll bring a drop down. There should be like an FSX tutorial series. I've done tutorials about navigation there. So if you want, you can check those out if you'd like. Let's see. 6-shot note. Tyre blew due to hitting debris from a DC-10. Bit of rubber hit the fuel tank. Fuel sloshing about caused the rupture in the tank. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the tyre didn't actually like pierce the tank, but yeah, the tyre it's basically like punching a water balloon. Like the tyre hit the tank. It kind of sent like a shock wave through the fuel tank. The shock wave like hit the back of the tank, I think, and then it kind of popped the tank open at the back, and then fuel kind of flooded out of the tank, right next to the engine. Although I heard that there was debate about what actually started the fire. It was either like the heat from the engine, or there was like electrical wiring, just outside of the tank, which then short-circuited and sparked and caused the fire. But ultimately it doesn't matter. There's a fire right next to an engine. A fire was going to start whether it was a bit of wiring that started it or the engine that started it. It was going to start no matter what, with fuel just draining out of the tank right beside the engine. Never mind. Red 6, amen. Not sure what Red 6 was saying there. Kev, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Aiden as well, welcome to the live stream. Sorry you're late, you got stuck in the airport running out of manual spotting. No worries, Aiden. Let's have a look here. . Serious ETL till destination. I don't know yet. Let's see if I wonder if we can get the Inverness VOR. Yes, we can. 36 minutes till we get to Inverness. Come on. Yep, there we go. 36 minutes till we get to Inverness. Rowan, what frame rates do I get? Currently, I am looking at around about 40 frames per second currently. Pretty steady. Yeah, when we left Sheffield, we had upwards of 60. Come on, chair. You kidding me? Yeah, if we have a look at the DME, so we're currently 70 nautical miles away, ground speed of 130 knots, 34 minutes, and that'll be just about 3 hours on the flight time. Perfect. Jack Simmons, can't believe your Wi-Fi hasn't cut out. Yeah, no worries. No dramas. Colin Richardson, nice, didn't miss landing. Yay, Colin, welcome back. Yeah, we're still here, still flying along normally. Actually, that said, yeah, welcome back, Colin. That said, knowing that now I've got 30 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the toilet, because I really need to go to the toilet. So, the autopilot's on, it's taking care of everything, so you guys can just watch and enjoy the aircraft, and I'm going to be back in about 60 seconds. Alright. Let's have a look. Right. Let's see. Michael B. Great stream. Just subscribe. Thank you very much for subscribing, Michael. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you like all the videos that you find here. Right. Let's see. Let's see. Flight Studio, welcome to the live stream. Nice video, just subbed. Thank you very much, Flight Studio. Welcome to the channel. Let's have a look here. We're talking about D-Day and Multitude stuff, right? Colin, wonder if random failure is turned on. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see, 6-shot. Do you spy the Cairngorms? Yeah, we should be north of Perth by now. That's the point, where is Perth? I should be getting into recognisable territory. Actually, where's the A9? That's what I want. Yes. Where's the A9? I want to find the A9 and follow that all the way up. Is that it over there, actually? Yeah, that'll be it over there. Is it? Would that be Pitlochry there? I think that's the A9. Stand by. Heading hold. Yeah, let's see if we can follow the A9 all the way up, because that's what I'm going to be driving on when I go on holiday. Colin, just watching it explode. I think, well, I know that if you mistreat the A2A aircraft, that can happen. No, I said heading hold, please. Plane. Nobody cares about Britain's Pan in this. Yeah, again, it's not somewhere I've ever like spent any time in Perth. I've always just like gone passing through. Yeah, I think that's the A9. So I'm pretty sure it follows that river for a little while. How sad is it that I've driven up and down the A9 so many times, like I know and recognise a 100-mile stretch of road just by the scenery. No, that wouldn't be Pitlochry, that would be... Pitlochry's further up. That's not Pitlochry, but there's another like town just north of Perth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I see A9 there. Let's have a look here. Who do we have? Barbara Gibbs. Good morning. How's it going? Don't forget to grab yourself a brandy, Barbara. Jeez, must be like what time is it? Yeah, must be like 7:30 in the morning for you. I think you said you were on the east coast of the USA. Welcome, Barbara. How's it going? Serious, trying to explain with ortho. Good luck. Yeah, good luck with that. Jack Simmons. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Catching up here. Colin Richards needs a feature to lock the zoom to human eyes and only allow a head movement to zoom. Possibly. They might do it one day. Right, actually, come on, be sensible, dude. Flying directly over the road, you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, there it is, because you got that bridge. Yes, that is definitely the A9. And credit to Orbex as well for their scenery, which makes it all recognisable. Yeah, let's follow, rather than flying direct to Inverness, let's follow the A9 all the way up. A9 being the main road between the north and south of Scotland. MMCC, welcome. Barbara is great. 7:30 in the morning. Jeez. And you coming and watching me? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's the A9. No, that's not the A9. Is that the A9? Yeah, because you follow... Yeah, that's Pitlochry up there. Yeah, because you got that long... Yeah, there's a long straight a bit of dual carriageway right there that everyone drives at about 100 miles an hour on to overtake all the slow coaches and the lorries and stuff. And then, yeah, and then you turn left and go over the bridge, and then... Yeah, so Pitlochry's over here, I believe. Although I remember being Pitlochry a bit bigger than that. Yeah, oh god, yeah, I remember. Yeah, because the A9, for anyone who doesn't know, the A9 is like part single carriageway, part dual carriageway. And anyone who drives up and down the A9 knows that you're going to get stuck behind like a lorry or a bus or a tourist or some slow coach. And so when you reach the dual carriageway sections of the roads, you drive like an absolute madman to kind of just get by everyone. And that stretch of roads that I just pointed out is like a long straight bit of dual carriageway, and I kid you not, like everyone drives at about 100 miles an hour on that one. Like the people who want to get a move on and just kind of finish their journey sometime before Christmas will literally just put their foot down and drive at about 100 miles an hour. And then we disappear up off around. Now, we do have a nice square forest there. Oh no, we've got a lot of cloud coverage. No, I don't want to go into cloud coverage. I want to follow the A9. Yeah, that's it there. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm fangirling over Scotland right now. Could that be Dunkeld? It might be. This is definitely the A9 because I remember you. You drop over the river and then you're on this side of the river. I think we got cloud coverage. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Let's climb above these clouds. Give ourselves a bit more engine RPMs. Get back above these clouds. Let's fly back direct to Inverness. So yeah, we're dialed in there. We're going to nav holds, and it's about 355 there on the heading. Right, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Amit, I had a problem with the view. You're talking about your hat switch button when you change the physical button on your joystick, and I can look around with it. Nice, well played. I see P3D, is that on? Yeah, it is on. Let's have a look. Barbara, yes, you had to feed your pets, so they're like, oh, okay. You've got to look after your little fluffy ones then, that's not a problem. 6 shot, watch out for low level flying RAF aircraft. Yeah, they should be alright. I don't know like the airspace kind of restrictions around Scotland, but we should be fine. It'll be fine. When in doubt, press Shift plus 3. Shift plus 3 doesn't do anything for me. Colin Mitchelson, FYI, dual carriageway refers to there being a physical barrier between you and the oncoming traffic. Not the number of lanes on your side of the road. Really? The dual carriage suggests 2 of something. Aiden, does GPS still work in P3D when you press Shift plus 3? Yeah, I think it does. But the thing is, because I've got this A2A aircraft, they use like their custom panels here. So yeah, that's why we don't have a GPS. Although I could plug in a GPS if I wanted to, over there, or in the radio stack, but I don't want to. Different. Do not read my note times before you fly. I never read note times before I fly. Wait, what's a note time? What are you talking about? Let's see. 6 shot going on the A9 in the middle of the night in the weekend is a good way to be terrified by a sudden Eurofighter flying over 300 knots at 200 feet. Yeah, I remember seeing one near Pitlochry. I've only seen like one jet though. I haven't seen many flying through there. John Yachts, welcome. How's it going? Yeah, I've not seen many aircraft when I've been flying through the when I've been flying through the when I've been driving through like the Cairngorms and that. Aiden, no time, no time. Yeah, I know what no time is. But no, I don't read them. Colin, which is a dual roads. Okay. I always thought dual carriageway meant, yeah, 2 lanes in one direction. Obviously not. I thought I switched the heading rounds to... So I believe, like when you're using the autopilot, I believe what you do is you set your OBS, you tune in the VFR, you tell it to hold the VFR, and then you have to set your heading indicator to match the OBS, I think. And then it will follow the radio perfectly there. I think, I don't know. Kev, how do I rate P3D over FSX? You're yet to change over. Personally, I like P3D. I've found that P3D runs a lot smoother than FSX does, or even FSX Steam Edition. The optimization that they've done with P3D is really good, in my opinion. So yeah, I do think it's good. I'm not gonna like leave. I'm not going to leave FSX completely because I've got a lot of add-ons that I still use with yeah, I've got a lot of add-ons that I still use with FSX, but yeah, P3D is certainly going to become my primary sim. Because I've got all this Orbex scenery, we're flying in clouds, I've got an add-on aircraft as well, and my frame rates are currently sat at 50. Whereas in FSX I'd be like struggling to get 30 right now with all of these clouds. 6 shot, yeah, the RAF have been doing low level flying less and less nowadays. I wonder where those 2 Typhoons that depart Lossy go to then. The thing is, I can't imagine that they would give up Lossy, because that's looking after sort of the northeastern kind of quarter of the UK. You know, and Russia keep, you know, sending planes in near UK airspace, and they keep having to scramble Typhoons to just go and say hi to these Russian aircraft. So I can't imagine that they would close down Lossy. Because then, you know, where would they look after northeast from RAF and Lukers, maybe? But that's a good like 200 miles away. I don't know. Anyway, Colin, dual is in 2 roads running alongside each other rather than 1 road in 2 parts. You can have dual carriageways that have 3 lanes on each side, like a motorway. Dual carriageway. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Jack Simmons, using data for a sec. Goodbye. Wi-Fi killing. Alright, no worries, Jack. Thanks very much for coming along. Elliot, welcome. Aiden, what's the main difference between P3D and FSX? P3D is basically an evolution of FSX. P3D has been much more optimized. P3D is the most P3D is the most kind of evolved version of FSX currently available. Elliot, where are we? We're kind of over kind of central-ish Scotland at the moment. We're just north of central Scotland. Flying up to Inverness. Aiden, you'll be getting 30 FPS with these clouds because the Aerosoft Airbus takes quite a bit of FPS. I don't know, we'll see, because Aerosoft are working on the new. Actually, shall I dive under these clouds? Yeah. because Aerosoft have reworked all of their Airbuses for prepared version 4, so the Aerosoft Airbuses might be better in prepared version 4, I'm not sure. Budget cuts at Lossy. Well, they've already got rid of Kinloss. Can't imagine they would get rid of Lossy as well. Connor, into Inverness from where? Sheffield, yeah. Lucas is only used for touch and go training nowadays. Really? So what RAF bases are left in Scotland then, other than Lossy and Lucas? I can't think of any other RAF base that would cover the eastern coast, the northeastern coast of the UK. Sorry guys, nose is getting blocked out now. Let's see, Aiden, Airsoft said they would release the A330 in December, they didn't. Okay, I don't know, I don't follow Airsoft that closely. I've only started like following them recently on Twitter, and they said that they were reworking the A320 family of aircrafts for prepared version 4, and that would most likely be the next major release. So that'll be the A318, 319, 320 and 321. And yeah, me having those aircraft already in FSX, I might be able to, yeah, I think I'll be able to pick up the new aircraft on like a discount, which would be quite nice. So yeah, the Aerosoft A320 might be my first commercial jet in prepared as well. Elliot, are we doing anything after this? No, we're just going to land and then I'm just going to do my usual chat, and yeah, and then we'll all go for lunch if we're in the UK. Barbara in the US will go for breakfast. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's see, 6-shot Lossy, that's it. Lucas is army now, even more so than Kinloss. Kinloss was a backup base. I have no idea anymore, I really don't know. Sim UK, welcome. Hello mate, love the A2A series. How's it going and what's our destination today? We're flying from Sheffield to Inverness today. We're just taking this one nice and easy. Just a nice little relaxing GA before we go on holiday. Colin Richardson, it's time to invade Scotland from the sky, it seems. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, you know, it's the government doing their typical thing. Oh, we don't have any money. Let's make budget cuts to the RAF, to the army, to the navy, to the police, to the NHS, to the fire services. Yeah, let's just budget cut everything. MCC, the only RAF bases I've been to are Cosford and Anglesey. Saw the aircraft, felt like Ireland would get bombed real good 10 times compared to our aircrafts. Yeah, I don't even know if there's... Oh, there must be some air bases in Ireland, but I have no idea. 6-shot, heard rumours that Kinloss is going to fully shut down. Inverness is going to become the backup air for Lossy. Really? Why don't they just move everyone into Lossymouth and just have it as one massive RAF base? Pilot motivation, how long left before landing? Well, we're 10 minutes away from Inverness, so it'll probably be like 15-20 minutes because we'll need to slow down and all sorts of stuff. Let's see. Elliot, can I ask what mic you're using? Yes, it's an Audio Technica AT2020 mic, XLR mic. Six-shot ages was that, yeah. Police, doctors, nurses, are they important jobs? I can't remember anymore. Not as important as being a politician. Anyway, Lucky67, welcome. Hello, Doofer, what's the maximum allowed service ceiling in the 182? Wouldn't it be better to be flying higher now? Yes, it would be better to be flying higher now, but we're getting close to our kind of final destination, and also above 10,000 feet you do start to suffer from hypoxia. I can't remember what the service ceiling is for the Cessna, but it can comfortably climb well above 10,000 feet from memory. 6-shot. Just looked out your window and the British Airways 319 is taking off. Oh yeah, I forgot British Airways are flying in and out of Heathrow, up and down to Inverness. So awesome. Sim Captain Mike, welcome. How's it going? Colin Richardson, have they tried budget cutting their salaries? No, that's the thing. And of course, MPs all get their expenses all paid for and stuff as well, and all the rest of it. Yeah, I love how MPs are cutting budgets everywhere except their own. We're all in it together. BS. Lucky 60, just recognise you're descending. Yeah, we're on the way down. I think leaving out 4,000 feet is about fine because we're still over some mountainous areas, and obviously the visibility isn't the best. Let's see, Michael B. Am I a pilot in my job? No, I am not. No, I'm not a real world pilot at all. Merely a flight sim enthusiast. Oops, I should have reduced that a long time ago. Sim Captain Mike, have I tried X-Plane 11? Yes, I have X-Plane 11. Haven't spent too much time with X-Plane 11, but I do have it. Let's see, Red 6. He used to fly 727s. Who used to fly 727s? Sim UK. All politicians are simply con men. Those who are genuine never get the big jobs because big business cannot control them easily enough. Said too much, never turn up. No, I completely agree with that. The only good politician I've seen recently was a guy called Tobias Elwood, and the reason he sticks in my mind, because if anyone remembers, towards the start of last year, there was a horrific attack where a terrorist, I think, ran over some people on Westminster Bridge and then charged the gates of Westminster Palace with a knife, and there was a police officer, Keith something, I can't remember his surname, but I'm pretty sure his first name was Keith, and he stopped this knife man, sort of ended up giving his own life to stop this terrorist from getting any further towards the Palace of Westminster. And then that MP, while all of these other MPs were running off to their luxury offices, probably lined with gold, this one MP kind of ran towards the police officer and helped. The other police officers tried to resuscitate him, sadly to no avail. But Tobias Elwood is the only decent politician in the UK to my knowledge. Let's see, MMCC, we started studying human performance limitations last time. We were talking about hypoxia. Didn't realise you'd be studying biology. And yeah, what's it? There's a guy, there's a channel on YouTube, really good channel called Smarter Every Day, and the guy who runs that, Destin, he actually did an episode where he talks about hypoxia. And he does like an experiment where he goes into a barometric chamber and they kind of draw out the oxygen, and then they ask him to take off his oxygen mask, and they kind of simulate the effect of like having reduced levels of oxygen, and he ends up like not being able to like kind of look after himself or put the mask back on when he needs to, or even do like simple mathematics It's crazy. Let's see, Colin, did I look into those coding jobs I was talking about months ago? Not really, no, I haven't really improved my coding abilities all that much, sadly. Yeah, I don't know kind of what work I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like start job hunting when I'm on holiday, but I have no idea where life is gonna take me. Australian Flight Simmer, welcome. Sorry I missed your entrance into the stream there. Welcome to live stream. How's it going? Sim UK, Tobias is my IMP. Lucky you. Let's see. Serious Ortho worked well, which is good. Fantastic. Glad to hear it. Hopefully it's an improvement over the default scenery and X-Plane. Sim UK, Tobias knew the police officer believed he served in the army together. Oh man, that's tragic. That's really bad then. 6 shots. Weather is odd. The skies are clear here in real life. Yeah, I mean we're still a good maybe 13 miles south of Inverness currently. So probably once I pop up over the hill, we should be fine. Yeah, there's the A9 again. There it is. Oh, actually, 6 shot. Is it runway 23 that's in use currently? Oh, I love driving along because it's round about this part of the A9 where you kind of know you're almost home, and then you kind of like drive over the top of those hills. If anyone gets a chance, you have to drive into Inverness via the A9 because you're on top of these like all of these mountains here are about 1,000 feet above Inverness itself. And well, maybe 800 feet above Inverness itself, and you kind of like pop up, you go over like the crest of a hill, and then you just see like Inverness, especially at night, you just see Inverness like lit up down below you. It's bloody awesome. Let's see, Colin, a policeman friend was one of the people honouring the policeman at the ceremony in the telly. Oh man, yeah, it was a horrible event. I think the terrorist, was killed as well, which means there was no justice. Let's see, Sim UK, heard a pilot with hypoxia frightening. Yeah, you end up, you almost sound like you're drunk. Like you just sound like you start slurring your words and all sorts. Lucky 182 service ceiling 18,000 feet. Okay, yeah, I knew it was above 10,000 feet, but yeah, if you were flying, because I don't think a Cessna 182 cockpit is pressurized at all, so I think that you would need to have like some sort of oxygen mask or like a tube going up into your nose, like over your ears and stuff to so you could fly the plane comfortably, but you would need some sort of additional oxygen system to make it possible. Sim Captain Mike, have a flying lesson tomorrow. Live in Florida. Nice, that's awesome. MMCC, I'd like to see that. Thanks, Deeper. Sorry, MMCC. What was that in relation to? Sorry, I've forgotten. Yes, Smarter Every Day. Yeah, look up Smarter Every Day. It's a fantastic channel in general. Like the guy kind of goes and kind of applies science to like weird kind of everyday things. Like one of his more recent videos was he was applying scientific principles to dominoes falling over, but he'd done a lesson talking about hypoxia. It was months and months ago now, but it's a great channel in general. I'd highly recommend it to anyone. It's a good channel just to watch in general. So yeah. Let's have a look here. Australian Flight Simulator, you are well. Good stuff. 6 shot, yep, 23 winds, 9 knots from west southwest. Okay. Red 6 here in the US. Trump is scary as hell. He's a nut job. Yeah. Even watching from a distance, I can agree with that. Why did you vote for him? Why did you vote for him, US people? Right. Actually, we need to start descending a bit more. Actually, I'll probably take the autopilot off in a second. 6 shot, better switch to 122.6. I could do, but I'm not going to. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, okay, so I'm gonna take off the autopilot now. Gonna go idle. So I think we'll just do a downwind for runway 23. Actually, I could probably tune in.
Echo Golf Papa Echo Airport information Quebec 1220 Zulu weather wind 243 at 11 visibility 10 sky condition few clouds at 500 few clouds at 1000 temperature 0 dew point -2 QNH 1000 advise on initial contact you have information Quebec Echo Golf Papa Echo Airport information Quebec 12.
Okay. Yeah, well, so we got runway. So the runway's running from left to right in front of us. So we'll just join the downwind. We can even maybe get away with joining base here, but now we'll go downwind and then we'll join base and land. Let's see, GJ Gaming, when's the landing? In about a couple of minutes time. Not too far away from landing now. Just need to zoom in a little bit. So go full mixture, full there. Oops. Okay, so it's slowing down. What is wrong with my voice today? Whoa. Okay. Just moved my joystick and accidentally put a whole load of yaw in there. I should really bring up the checklist for this. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I think the plane's already pretty much set up. We don't need much there. Sim Captain Mike, what time is it there? It is almost 1 PM in the afternoon. Six shot, could probably land runway 30 if I wanted to. Probably, yeah. Alright, sorry guys, I'm going to have to ignore a few comments and bits and pieces there. Yeah, I can feel myself getting blown away from the runway here already. So just going to bring it in nice and slowly. Turned a little bit too early there, not a problem. Okay. Just try and get the plane trimmed up nicely here. Get the last stage of flaps out. The tad's too high, but it doesn't matter all that much in the GA aircraft. Got plenty of opportunity to plenty of like kind of freedom to recover it in a GAA plane. 6-shot, careful, Fort George is active. Better not be. Just flown like 300 nautical miles. I don't want to be shot down now at this point. For anyone who doesn't know, Fort George is like a small army base just off to our right side, and they do have a live firing range over there. So go idle, try and put it down gently. Yeah, there. I put it down gently the first time. Second time was a bit more energetic, shall we say. But we're down. And turn the landing lights on. No, I didn't. Doesn't matter. We're down. We made it. Let's have a look here. So guys, I'll catch up on the chat in a moment. Let me just get the plane over to parking. Right, so we're off the runway. So flaps can come up, strobes can be switched off. We'll lean the mixture out slightly. That's it, done. So we'll go over to park up on the north apron, and that'll be it. Let's see, no self-advertising. Welcome to the live stream, how's it going? Reasons Gaming looks really good in P3D. Well, to be fair, Reasons, I am using Orbix scenery, so this is not how the game looks by default. Yeah, I do have a lot of add-on scenery there. Sorry guys, I will catch up on all the comments that kind of came in during the sort of the approach there. Thanasis, are we doing any jets today? No, we're not. No, this is it. That's interesting. P3D has that kind of glitch there as well. Okay. That's interesting. So yeah, so we'll just park up on the right here in a moment. That's good. That's good. The flight kind of went as planned for a change. No major dramas. Maybe I should just stick to flying GA stuff. Right now I have to try and get this oops, lined up properly for parking. So just hit the brakes. I need to figure out if there's a way of like making the brakes a little weaker, because always when I like tap on my brake trigger there, it just seems to like the nose just kind of piles down. After landing, cowl flaps can be opened. Parking brake set, throttle idle, electrical equipment comes off, 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 off. Mixture, idle cutout, master switch off, all that comes off. Control lock put in, fuel selector valve goes left. That's it, flight done, finished. I'm home. Oh, parking job is almost perfect. Almost perfect on the parking there. Excellent, that was it. Sheffield to Inverness. Done. Anyway, right, let me just catch up on comments quickly here. Yeah, let's have a look. Talking about smarter every day. When's the landing? We just did. Reasons Gaming. How do you finally looks like I made a stream that wasn't finished? Yeah, you got here, Reasons. Sorry, Reasons. I missed your comment coming in there. Colin. I like smarter every day. They did a good series on helicopters and the whole dosimetry of lift. Yes, they did as well. Yeah, there's a good good thing there. Okay. Pilot motivation. Doofy, you're working on making an Android flight sim, doing a lot of research, have a plan of the game sketches, would like to give you feedback if that's possible. Yeah, if you just email me on my kind of email address on the about page of my channel. Yeah, just send me an email on that. Let me know what you would like me to take a look at, and I can have a look at it. Six shot. You can say hello, Lazel. Stand up, beast rap. Yeah. Oh yeah. What was that? All that talk about? Let's have a look. That's all. Australian flight sim. The A2A 172 is a very hard aircraft to master. 182, not particularly. I'm sure with a couple of hours, you figure it out. Aiden, next live stream, fly the PMG 747. Maybe I might do. Six shot. Yeah, Inverness without the Sim 720 version looks so wrong. Yeah, I do have the Sim 720 version, so I might reinstall that and see how it works. Australian Flight Simulator, thanks for the stream. Have a great weekend. No worries, Australian Flight Simulator, you too. Lucky 67, absolutely spot on parking. Yeah, done alright there, got lucky. The thing is, with I said this at the start of the stream, but I'll say it again because I'm not sure if many of you are here. I've noticed that in this aircraft, if you line up the taxiway with this little kind of this seam on the engine right here, that pretty much will put your nose wheel right on the taxi line there. So just a little top tip. Yeah, if you get the taxi line kind of lined up with that seam on the engine cover, then you'll pretty much be bang on the taxiway line there. Let's see, Elliot, what's my favourite difference between FSX and P3D? P3D seems to be a lot more, like the optimization in P3D is a lot better. Yeah, so like my frame rates are much better in P3D compared to FSX. For example, I'm sat here currently at 50 frames per second, whereas in FSX I'd be like struggling around 30. So yeah, I'll just take care of something quick. TRP, Inverness Airport looks very disappointing for. Well, FTX Global doesn't change the airports. None of the Orbix products change the airports. It just changes like general scenery. MMCC 182 looks nice. Got to fly. Got to run. Nice to fly. Gorvan, thanks to DRP and Duke for navigation. No, it's MMCC. Thanks very much for coming along. Yeah. And let's see here. Cool. Yeah, so as I always do with my live streams, I'm just going to stick around and chat for a little while. So I'm just taking care of business behind the scenes there. If you've got any comments or any questions or anything you want to know, do let me know. As I said, as this live stream says, this was my first live stream in P3D. The computer seemed to handle it okay. I just hope that in a couple of months' time I can live stream in better quality, so you can kind of really appreciate P3D and the orbit scenery and stuff, and the aircraft. Aiden, yep, what's my favourite aviation movie? Probably Pushing Tin. I've always liked Pushing Tin. Tin's DK, you also get the full potential of your 64-bit architecture. Not the full potential, like with P3D being 64-bit, it's not like a magic, oh my god, everything is now amazing. But it certainly helps a lot with running a lot of different add-ons. So like using add-on aircraft and add-on scenery. Before in the likes of FS6, you would constantly get those out of memory messages and errors. Whereas in P3D, your computer P3D can make a lot more use of the computer's memory. So the whole 64-bit is not like an instant, yes, everything's perfect. But it certainly goes a long way, and certainly if you use a lot of add-ons, it goes a long way. Ads45, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? Elliot, give us a peek at the terminal building. It's just going to be like the standard thing. The terminal building's over there, but it's kind of, I think there's a warehouse in the way. Let's zoom out a little bit. I don't know if you can get a good view of the terminal building from here. I think there's a warehouse in the way. Yeah, there's a warehouse in the way. That's actually the kind of the fire kind of warehouse where the airport's fire department sit in, and then the terminal building's behind that. Ads, am I going to be on much longer? Maybe another 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on how depending on how busy the chat is. Let's have a look. UMP Snake Sim looks much more stable. Looks sounds better. Any major glitches? I didn't have any major glitches. There was maybe one tile of scenery, which was out of place on the way up. Because it was all like snow-covered mountains, and there was one where it looked like it was just like a forest in the summertime, like one little perfect square. But that's not unprepared. That'll be on Orbex, the Orbex install. So no, I didn't have any major glitches actually. Come to think of it, the sim ran well. OBS on my computer handled it, even though the CPU was constantly running between 70 and 80%. It all ran pretty well, nice and smooth. And as I said, frame rates are so much better than FSX. Aiden, Lufthansa is making a new livery. Did I see a predicted livery, and do I like it? I did not see a predicted livery, so I can't make a comment there. TIP, I thought it did. Iceland changed all the airports. Well, that was a demo version, so they probably put in add-on airports for the demo version of Iceland. Orbix UK changes the airports. Well, I don't have Orbix UK. I've got Open Land Class Europe. Elliot, battery dying. No worries, Elliot. I mean, we're at the end of the stream anyway, Elliot, so you're not going to miss too much. We're just going to sit and chat for a little while. If anyone does have any last comments or questions, please do ask away. If you don't, then I'm going to go and get some lunch. I'm going to go for a wander, stretch my legs. Might start raining outside. But yeah, let's see. Marnie, did I have FSX crashing on long flights? I don't really do long flights in FSX. The longest I've kind of done is about 4 hours, and that was on live streams. Oh no, actually, I did have FSX crash a couple of times when I've flown the PMDG 737. Typically, FSX Steam Edition was usually fine. FSX Boxed Edition would, in my experience, would crash fairly often when changing between different views. But Steam Edition was okay for the longest time, and I've had a lot of trouble with it recently. And even after I reinstalled it, I still had a lot of trouble with it. So I don't know what's going on with FSX now. Aiden, why not get GSX? Works fine even though there's only 3 airports. I do have GSX now. Luke Scott, one of my viewers, very kindly had a spare key for it, so he gave me that. So I will be installing GSX after I've done the 737 tutorials, because I don't want to make any major changes to FSX while I'm recording those videos. Ads. When you buy the add-on from A2A, can you use it for both FSX and P3D, or do you need to buy 2 versions? I believe you need to do 2 versions. Yeah, I believe you need to buy them separately. Red 6 172 would still be flying. Yeah, the 182 is much better. It's certainly much better, a little bit faster, much more power. I already like it a lot more than the 172. I mean, the 172 is a fantastic aircraft, don't get me wrong, and I would highly recommend that if anyone's like new to flight simming and you're wanting to buy a new, like an add-on, your first add-on aircraft, I would highly recommend the 172. But me being a bit more experienced with flight simming, the 182, it's kind of like, you can guess by the numbering system, it's kind of like a bit bigger, a bit beefier, a bit more powerful. And yes, it's a real joy to fly. Anyway, ads. You're thinking about getting P3D, but if you buy the 172 again, then you won't bother. Yeah, I'm afraid you would do. And if you've got anything like the PMDG aircraft as well, you'd have to buy those again as well. Yeah, I mean, the thing with, I don't know why they justify it, but I mean, P3D, I believe that because P3D has been optimized, that allows developers to put even more detail into like all of the systems, kind of like behind the add-on aircraft. So things like the, all of like the computer systems and like the hydraulics can be modeled more accurately and with more precision, and stuff. So I think that's why developers usually charge a bit more, because they can spend a bit more time, even though the aircraft on the surface may look the same. I believe that they can do more on the prepared versions than they can with the FSX versions. Kev, your first add-on plane was the A2A P3D. Nice. Is that the Comanche or the Cherokee? I'm no good with like aircraft, judging by their that's not like an aircraft designation that I recognise. I'm guessing it's a Piper or something. Ads, can you see a cockpit view for this aircraft? Absolutely, you can. It's not that much different from the 172. You've got obviously your 6-pack, your all of your kind of engine gauges. The only gauges that are different is that you've got a engine manifold pressure, and the fuel flow is down here, hiding behind the yoke if you have that installed. But yeah, you've got your radio stack there. As for customizing the aircraft, you can have a little GPS kind of thing over there. You can have the GPS 400 on top of the radio stack, or no GPS. And alternatively, you can have a horizontal situation indicator in here instead of a heading indicator, and that also removes one of your VORs here as well. So you've just got your kind of backup VOR and your ADF there, and a blank instrument slot there. Six shot is leaving. No worries, 6 Shot. Thanks you very much for coming along, and thanks for the heads up on the weather here, Vanessa. So I didn't have to worry about picking up a Meta or anything. Cherokee 180. Okay, cool. Elliot, what do I think of the Strato launch? I like it. If you're talking about the aircraft, which where you can kind of like attach a payload underneath one of the wings and then fire it horizontally, then yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know too much about it, to be fair, but yeah. Marnie, thanks for the stream signing off. No worries, Marnie. Thank you very much for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Okay. That said, is there any more comments or questions? Because if not, we'll wrap up. That said, while I'm outside, let me put in the chocks, tie downs. Put the pitot cover on as well. I left a couple of light switches on. Didn't mean to do that. Actually, I better make sure that this is all properly secure. Parking brake is set. Throttles at idle. Electrical equipment's all off. Avionics switches off. That's pulled out. Magnetos are off. Master switch is off. Control locks installed. Fuel valve selector is there. Cool. Yep, that's all good. Andrew, have I tried the FS Labs Airbus? No, I haven't. I have not, sadly. Ads, thanks. Bought the 172. I've seen it on my channel. Love it. Yeah, as I said, the A2A aircraft are fantastic. They're like PMDG level, but for GA aircraft, and they also do a couple of large vintage planes as well. But yeah, knowing A2A, like they put a ridiculous amount of kind of detail into their aircraft, so they're a really good developer. Any of their aircraft would be fantastic. Kitty, welcome. Unfortunately, Kitty, you come to the end of the live stream, but yeah, you can catch the video on demand on the channel afterwards. Snay, one more question. Am I going to carry on CS again? Maybe I'll go 24-0 tonight. You never know. Yeah, I had a really good game last night. Ads, when will my next live stream be? I'd love to be there for it. I don't know yet, because I'm going to be going away on holiday next week for a few weeks. I don't know if I'm going to be away for 2 or 3 weeks yet. I don't really have any kind of job to get back to, so it's kind of up in the air. Get it, aviation flying, never mind. So yeah, I don't know when the next live stream is going to be. It's probably going to be middle of February. Is around about the time I'm going to be back, and I will have probably be some of the 737 tutorials will be coming out at the start of February, but I haven't got all of them finished. I hope to get all of the cockpit overview guides done, which they are done, but I wanted to get all of the procedure guides done as well, and I haven't. But I might be able to get maybe the first half of a flight finished before I go on holiday, but we'll see. Tins DK, nice flight. You've had a nice morning. Looking forward to future P3D videos. I just bought the Captain Sim 757 for P3D. Love that airplane. It's stunning. Okay, I'll have to look into it then. I heard a lot of people fly that, so I'll have to look into it. Snay, really need to have one more death, to be honest. Oh, come on, I had like 2 assists that game. Come on now. I should have had like those 2 assists should have been kills. Rami, why does the attitude indicator bank when it is off? The attitude, because it does that because the attitude indicator works with, there's actually like a gyroscope that sits behind it, and I believe that uses like air pressure that's generated by the engine, I think, or there's some sort of system which spins a gyroscope behind the attitude indicator, so when the gyroscope stops spinning because the engine's not running and there's no electrical power, then it just kind of like stops spinning and then kind of just defaults to a kind of like a random position. But when the gyroscope behind the attitude indicator starts spinning, then it all kind of aligns and comes back up basically. Flying Mad, how are the P3D V4 frames for you. They're very good. They're much better than FSX. Like currently they're about 50 frames per second, and during the flight as well, when we were going through like heavy cloud coverage, it was still around 40 frames per second, so it was nice and smooth. Whereas in FSX, I struggle between 30 and 20 frames, so much better. Lucky, eagerly awaiting 737 tutorials. Don't worry, the three videos that I think are going to take the most amount of production work, I think I've done. So I should be able to get a few procedure guides knocked out quite quickly. And as I said, even though I'll be away on holiday, I am planning on releasing those first 3 videos at the very least, sometime in like the first couple of weeks of February. Andrew, what weather engine do I use for P3D? I use Active Sky for P3D. Elliot, what do I think of the Airbus 2050 plane that has transparent walls? I don't think I know the aircraft that you're talking about. Ads, what is CS? CS is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Lucky, have a nice holiday. Enjoy. I will, thank you very much. Elliot, what a pun. guessing Elliot's a few minutes behind on the chat there. Anyway, okay, gonna ask again, any last comments or questions, because let's see, what time is it? It's 3.5 hours done. Okay. Yeah, if there's no more comments or questions, then we'll end the live stream, because I really need to go to the toilet now. Yeah, it should be alright though. Even though it's 480, the visual outcome is stunning. Well, I mean, you can thank the A2A for their stunning aircraft and Orbex for their stunning scenery. Hopefully when I get like 720 live streams at the minimum, hopefully like the scenery will pop out even more, and the things will look even better. Red 6, thanks for having me. PC1. No worries, Red 6. Thank you very much for coming along. Flying Mad, what's your upload speed? Upload speed is about 0.9 megabytes up. So I probably could stream 720p if I dropped the bitrate even further. Elliot, can't wait, 737. Have a t-shirt from Bo with 737 on it. Nice. Good stuff. Let's have a look. Just want to check something back in the chat quickly. Okay, I'm not seeing many more comments coming through, so that said, ads has just come through. Sorry for the comments, but one last one. Download the Airsoft Airbus. Liveries aren't there. Do you know where I can get the rest of the liveries? I think if you go into the Aerosoft forums, you can download liveries on the Aerosoft forums. There is a livery manager kind of hidden in the Aerosoft game folders as well. That kind of makes installing liveries quite easy. But yeah, if you jump onto the Aerosoft forums, you should be able to install them easily enough. Colin Richardson, just noticed something looked wrong. Used to say the 2-blade prop. Yes, that's the other main difference with the 182 is it's got a three-bladed propeller, which again contributes to its good performance. But yeah, there we go. I think that's a really nice frame to end the in the live stream on. So anyway, first of all, I want to give a massive shout out and thank you to Red 6, Grimwood Productions and Colin Richardson for their donations during this live stream. Thank you guys very much. As I said, any donation of any amount makes a huge difference to me. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for your continued support there, and of course thank you everyone for watching. So I'm going to leave it there. So until the next time, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there, and I will catch you all later.